All right, so last, yeah, like a reality show, exactly. Last we were here, we just got yelled at by a book, Barnabas, which I will let you guys know. Like, I try to do voices and stuff, like different voices. I'm not really great at the guy voices because they're all kind of like lower. But Barnabas's voice really hurt yesterday. So hopefully, if Barnabas is around, hopefully Barnabas isn't yelling still. Because that actually kind of hurt my throat. But I like the voice for it. All right, let's see. Where were we? You had hoped to awaken to the gentle chirping of birds. Oh, I think Barnabas is already awake. Or the sound of a breeze rustling leaves in the world outside your window. Also, I apologize, being that I did this yesterday. Sometimes I can't quite get the same voice, so if the voices are a little off, I'm sorry. I also have a bad memory. Instead, no fuck. Instead, you woke to the sound of a very grumpy, pompous book opening then shutting his cover repeatedly, as loudly as possible. Good morning, master. Oh, I apologize. Did I wake you? It's probably about time for me to get up anyway. Good. It would be a tragedy to waste your morning on slumber. Up, up, up. Let's get a move on. With a grumble, you pushed the covers aside and swung your legs out of your bed. You made your way over to your dresser, up a change of clothes, then turned back to look at Barnabas, who was sitting on your desk across the room. Do you mind? I'm changing. It's not as if I have eyes, master. I see the world differently from a base creature like you. I love that you can't have, the little, anger, so you just have, a little scribbles. Just to smoke 2 backs a day? No, I think I'll pass. I'd like to keep my lungs, thank you. Cool, but I'd rather you didn't see me getting changed in anyway. If it pleases you, master, I will turn around. Does that satisfy? You quickly changed, then grabbed a piece of fruit, noting that your food stock really was near empty now. I'll have to find a grocery store later. Now, as much as I enjoy your presence, Barney, I've got work to do. Did you want to come with, or... No, thank you. The thought of being paraded around in front of the general populace subject to the gazes of those who cannot appreciate my glory fills me with despair. Yeah, I will only look a little. I will stay right here, thank you. I'll, turn on the TV for you, just in case you get bored. Your consideration is touching, master, truly. See ya. With that, you made your way down the stairs and stepped into the store proper. You were halfway down the stairs when you heard voices talking back and forth. I was beginning to feel like a normal thing around the store, but you didn't recognize one of the 2 voices. This is the person we haven't gotten to meet yet! Finally, I wondered who else we hadn't met yet. I'm afraid that is not possible. Sage requires their due rest, and besides, it is my duty to protect them. Ah, Lucille, come on. It's not that big of a deal. I just want to see them with a little bedhead. I will not budge on this matter. Sleep is more important than your senseless whims. Is there a party I didn't get invited to going on? This seems to happen a lot. You'll make a person feel left out if you're not careful. You winked towards Lucille, who instantly straightened up, then turned your eyes towards the other person. Your eyes met another's, a man with red hair you didn't recognize. He smiled up at you lopsidedly before brushing a lock of hair behind his ear. Well, if it isn't the most mesmerizing face I've seen all week. You must be the infamous new owner of the store. You can call me Handsome, or Eden will do. Why are you wearing gloves? I'm so suspicious of every person in this game now. It's like, okay, you're wearing gloves. What's wrong with your hands? What kind of monster are you? What kind of creature? Yeah, why not? He is kind of handsome. Although he's a little full of himself. Well, hello, Handsome. It's nice to meet you. I'm Sage, right? I've heard a lot about you, but it looks like the rumors were selling you short. Rumors? Well, color me curious. Eden took a few steps up the staircase, his gloved hand trailing over the railing as he approached you. When he got close enough, he leaned in towards you and whispered. He wasn't quite touching you, but was close enough that it felt like an intimate gesture. Funny story. I'd heard the new owner already had a fan club because of their overwhelming beauty and charisma. From what I'd seen, I'd have to agree. Eden pulled back and smiled. Well, the rumors say a lot more than that, but let's leave some of the secrets for a mystery for now, shall we? You have to be a little mysterious to be interesting after all. At that, Eden turned around and walked back down the stairs, sound of wood creaking with every step. What if he's a succubus? Or what? Incubus. Sorry, dude. If there is something you need, Sir Eden, I suggest you speak now. Why rush our first meeting? We'll be telling everyone about it at our wedding. He winked. Damn, this dude's forward. I'm not totally against it, but damn. He winked up at you, then turned his attention to Lucille. Really, you don't need to be so defensive. I don't bite. Unless you ask me nicely. I have no interest in anything of the sort from you. If you have no business here, please take your leave. We are running an establishment here. Lucille does not like him. Lucille moved her hand towards the hilt of her sword, but didn't draw it. Eden raised his hands and backed up a step. All right. I'm gonna note that down for next time. Lucille isn't a fan of my jokes. My deepest apologies, my lady knight. Eden gave a half bow to Lucille while she just shifted to stand a little straighter. I just wanted to introduce myself to our lovely new shopkeep. Believe it or not, I'm actually Willowmist's most famous carpenter. Do you know, for the longest time, I thought a carpenter was somebody who put carpets in your house. I had no idea what a carpenter was. I just heard the word carpet carpenter. I was like, oh, that sounds like carpet. Must be somebody who deals with carpets. I never claimed to be smart. I believe you are Willowmist's only carpenter. Ouch. That may be true, but the point stands. A carpenter? He looks more like a model. So does everyone here in this town. I was expecting someone who looks more like Quinn. I happen to be acquainted with your aunt. We work together on occasion, so I'd like to extend the same offer to you. If I remember correctly, Sir Eden, Lady Sylvie would also refer to you as a flirt and a liar. A charlatan! No! What can I say? There's so much beauty in the world. Should I not celebrate it? Lady Sylvie would say that you are incapable of taking anything seriously. That I can accept. You're such an honest person, Lucille. Almost makes me jealous. Anyway, I'm getting distracted. I'd love the chance to get to know you properly, Sage. How about dinner and drinks on me tomorrow night? Tomorrow night? Well, maybe I'll be able to shift around my incredibly full schedule if you ask nicely. Oh, is that how it's gonna be? Well then, pretty please, may I treat you to a night of fine dining and wine? That was actually pretty good. I'm impressed. I'm an actor at heart. Then I shall accompany you as bodyguard. I don't think that's... Actually, you know what? Why don't we just invite everyone? It could be like a housewarming party. Here, I thought I'd managed to snag a date. What a shame. Still, it sounds like fun. I'll leave it to you to invite whoever you'd like. You seem like you have a good taste. The bell by the door chimed as the door to the store opened, and a familiar face of Emmett poked his head through. Good morning. I'm here for... His eyes... He paused as his eyes locked with Eden's. He then... Damn! He then turned and walked straight back out the door. Fuck! Alright. Not a fan of Eden, I guess. Emmett? How cute. He's being all shy. I'll go get him. Don't you worry your pretty little head. Eden strode past you, then exited the store. A few moments later, they both came back in, with Eden's arm around Emmett's shoulder. Where are you off to so quickly, my friend? Don't tell me you're trying to avoid me. I'd prefer it, yes. Everyone's so honest this morning. How refreshing. So, what brings you here today, Emmett? My job, which you're currently preventing me from doing. There's always more time for work later. There's not always friends later. That would be true, yes, but you're all acquaintances at most. Hey, you're meant to think stuff like that, not say it to our faces. You're such a stick in the mud. And you're a thorn in my side. Unhand me. You'll run away. I might just have to hold on to you tighter. I might, yes. And please don't. You two are friends then? We absolutely are. We absolutely are not. I like this. I like this. This is fun to me. It's more like I happen to bump into him no matter where I go, and he takes it upon himself to bother me nonstop. You're too stubborn for your own good. One day I'll get you to agree we're best friends. Hell will freeze over before that day comes. So cold. And I thought we had such a beautiful relationship. You're breaking my heart over here, Emmett. Emmett, the famous heartbreaker. I like the sound of that. Don't encourage him. He'll never stop. Please, encourage me more. I'm like a puppy. I thrive on attention. Yes, exactly. Just like a puppy. Desperately in need of discipline. Since you're here, Emmett, I was wondering if you'd like to come out for dinner with us tomorrow night. No, thank you. Scared that Eden will bite? He's going? Yeah, so far it's me, Eden, and Lucille. I'd like to ask Florian and Winnie too. I'd really like you to come if that makes a difference. Fine. I will make a spot on my otherwise packed schedule. I hope you appreciate the effort. What a gentleman, Emmett. How very unlike you to change your mind. Maybe you have a soft spot for Sage, huh? I have nothing of the sort. I'm merely agreeing so that someone responsible can be on hand to keep things under control. Emmett shrugged out of Eden's grasp and then brushed himself off. Now, that is all, I need to speak with Sage. In private. Well, when you put it like that, I can't help but wonder what about your relationship. Do tell me what happens. Nothing is going to happen. It is a simple discussion and nothing more. Is that a blush I see on your cheeks? Maybe you're the one who needs glasses here. Stop making things up. Allow me to escort you out, Sir Eden, so that Sir Emmett and Sage may talk in peace for the moment. What a noble way of throwing me out. Well, it was nice meeting you, Sage. Hope to see you around town, huh? Definitely, it's been a pleasure. I'll let you know more about my services later, but drinks first. I'm a very hands-on worker. I like to get to know my business partners before we work together. Sounds great. See you tomorrow, Eden. Lucille put a hand on Eden's back and saw him to the door, where he finally exited the store, the bell tinkling as he did. Pardon the intrusion. As I said, we need to talk. Sure thing, what's up? Did you miss me so bad you had to come see me first thing? Don't be absurd. Did you give my business card to anyone? No, of course not. Why would I? I'm keeping your number all to myself. Thank you. Damn it. If you're not responsible, then that's even more concerning. How did they find me and get a hold of my number? Who? What's going on? It's my previous employer. What would they want? Wait, did you do accounting for a criminal organization or something? I worry about the fantasies that are going on in that head of yours. Forget it. I'll deal with it myself. You're kind of making me worry here. You're a client. There's no need to worry about me. Nuh-uh, we're close acquaintances now. I think that means I'm legally allowed to worry about you. I'm no solicitor. I'm certain that's not how this works. So you're trying to argue that me worrying about you is illegal? What? No, stop talking such nonsense. I can't believe you'd call me nonsensical, Mr. Accountant for a crime syndicate. That's not... forget it. You're impossible. I like Emmett. I like how he's just so stoic and just kind of like done with my shenanigans. Emmett pinched the bridge of his nose and closed his eyes, almost like he was in pain. It's nothing like that. Nothing illegal, at the very least. Let's just say I terminated my contract early and they aren't happy about it. Well, they can't force you to go back, can they? I'd like to say no, but they're so obsessed with their rules and regulations that they might have some obscure way to try and make me work for them again. And that would be a bad thing, right? I left for a reason. Ugh, what a terrible start to an otherwise good morning. At least you got to see me, as I said. Thank you for your concern, Sage. It's not necessary, but, well, thank you anyway. What you guys whispering about? Is it secrets? Ooh, I love secrets. Come on, tell me. I won't tell anyone, I swear. Oh, Winnie, good morning. Have you and Emmett met before? Does watching him from the corner of the room count? I don't think so. Then, nope. My name is Winnie. Nice to meet ya. So, what's happening? None of your business, Miss Winona. Just Winnie is fine. Fine. Miss Just Winnie. No, I mean, I'm just Winnie. As I said, Miss Just Winnie. Fine. I'll be Miss Just Winnie, but you have to be Mr. Tall and Serious. Mr. Finch will suffice. Mr. always looks like he's got a stick up his butt. I feel like that one might be a little long. Thank you for noticing. It takes a lot of effort to maintain. I like you. You're funny. Okay, so here's my question. I feel like everybody kind of has like someone that they could pair with. So is it gonna okay, I'm just curious. I have no idea. Is it gonna be one of those games like it's like if I choose to romance this person, like say I don't romance say like I romance Florian. Would these two end up together? No, because wait, I like Winona and Lucille. Hold on. Well, now I just don't know. Funny isn't the word I'd use, but if you'd prefer it, then be my guest. Now, if that's all, I have other things to attend to. Hey, Emmett? Yes. This all could have been a text, you know. And? I'm just saying, I feel like you stopped by just to see me. You would be incorrect, as I gave you my number, but you never gave me yours. Good day, Mr. Marigold. Miss Just Winnie. At that, Emmett turned on his heel and walked out the door, the bell jingling as he did. Winnie turned and waved her hand, watching as he left. So, what was that about? A romantic tryst? A secret rendezvous? The beginnings of a forbidden love? Do you read a lot of romance novels or something, Winnie? Well, it does get boring around here sometimes. Emmett just doesn't realize it yet. Maybe it was a secret rendezvous, but Emmett doesn't realize it yet. I knew it! Ooh, Emmett and Sage sitting in a tree. When's the wedding? I could text him now and spring it on him. Do it. He might kill me. Or worse, block my number on the spot. Anyway, no, it really wasn't anything like that. Just boring work stuff. Oh, by the way, Winnie, I wanted to ask you something. Would you like to go to dinner with me tomorrow night? Dinner? With you? Oh, are you inviting me on a date? Sure, a date with me, Emmett, Lucille, and Eden, and hopefully Florian. We're all going to be one big happy family. Womp womp. Yes, she probably does know all about ghosting somebody. I need a drum track. Okay, so this is not a one-on-one thing. Boo. Did you want it to be one-on-one? Well, of course. I want to get to know you better. Well, a bigger group doesn't have to stop that, does it? Plus, we can always hang out here. I want to get to know you better too, Winnie. She is cute. Yeah, that sounds fun. Winnie shifted and fiddled with her hands. Can I think about it and let you know later? Oh, sure. It's not until tomorrow anyway, so there's no rush. If you don't want to, you don't even have to either. Oh, no, I super want to. I'll let you know. All right, I better get ready to open up anyway. Okie dokie, see you later, alligator. Winnie gave a small wave, then floated up and through the ceiling. I wonder if she can't leave for some reason. I don't think I'll ever get used to that. Uh, okay, wait. So I'll have to pay my bills. Oh man, what am I? There's so many things and not enough time to do them all. Because I thought that Florian was the one that was cleaning the store, but the store is getting messier, so I don't. I think I still have to do this. I only have one item, so why don't I sort through the storage, then pay my bills, and then we can open up the shop tomorrow and clean in the afternoon. You begin searching through your aunt's collection. I found more Christmas bells. I found those once before. You're leaning against the counter, eating the last of your food supplies, when Florian comes in through the front door, nearly dragging his bag behind him. You thought it would be impossible, but somehow he looked even more tired than usual. Hi, Florian. Long night? He pulled off his usual disguise. Good good morning, night, afternoon, fuck, whatever it is. Brilliant start to your shift. Can I get you a coffee or something? Yes. Wait. No. Ugh. Seriously, are you okay? I'm fine. God, you're so nosy. It's been a long few days. Florian dragged his bag over to the counter and sat down with a sigh. I can tell. You're looking worse every day. Gee, thanks. Florian's voice was a flat monotone, as if all the energy had been sucked out of him. You could always take a few days off. I'm sure we could manage. I'll have to take a double shift on sweeping, but hey, I could use the arm workout. I do more than sweeping, you know. Also, I don't want to. I'm not sick. Just. It's fine. Stop worrying about me and worry about something more productive. Give me an example then, and I'll consider it. Running the store? I think I kinda got it down by now. Something else. Fuck, I don't know. All this supernatural stuff you're struggling with? Yeah, actually, about that. What? I think I might be a witch, or wizard, or something along those lines. God, what changed overnight? To make a long story short, a magic book with the worst personality ever pretty much hit me in the face with the revelation. I'm fine. You know what? Sure, magic books. Great. Really? That's all? What do you want me to say? You're a witch. Hooray, let's celebrate. I kind of thought you'd have a bit more to say than that. Do you know if my aunt was like this? Well, there was certainly something wrong with her. Hey, I don't mean. Look, she's eccentric and she lives here. There was always going to be something up with her. So you didn't know she was a witch? Nope. She tends to keep things to herself. It's kind of her thing. And you're fine with that. Look, she pays me. I don't care if she's a witch or an alien or whatever else, just as long as my bills get paid. I'm sure you have sick leave, you know. You ought to use it. I'm not sick. Leave it. Geez, alright, I'll drop it. Florian let out a breath. Sorry, I've just had a shit few days. If you're a witch or whatever, maybe you have some spell to give me my energy back. He laughed weakly and rested his head on the counter. I'd give anything to sleep right now. You can use my bed if you'd like. I can't think of anything weirder than sleeping in Sylvie's room. I think the bad smells, or I think the bed smells. Okay. I think the bed smells more like me than her, if that helps. It does not. It's not for lack of trying, anyway. Thanks for the offer, though. Tee. You reached down and gave him a pat on his head. His hair was actually very soft. What? What are you doing? Sorry, really. It was kind of a force of habit. You reminded me of my mom's dog. Wow, really? Your mom's dog? Yeah, when she's grumpy, she puts her head down like that, too. My bad. Hey, if it makes you feel any better, you're much softer than her. Whatever. I have work to do. Isn't that just what every guy wants to hear? Oh, you remind me of a dog. I mean, I guess the guys with, you know, golden retriever personalities probably Well, I don't know. Maybe. Can you pet me then? Just sit there. I actually like it's not I would is it called petting? Like when somebody puts their head in your lap and you just kind of run your fingers through their hair? Cuz I mean, it's essentially what petting would be. So maybe I do like petting people. Hmm. He practically flew away from the counter, cheeks turning bright red. Sorry, Florian. With that, you finished up your lunch break and got back to work. Now I gotta pay my bills. That whole adult thing, gross. You sat down at your desk, ready to go over the week's bills. You paid your bills in full, $80. We still have $85. Yay! It was a little past 5 p.m. when you flipped over the sign on the door to closed and let out a drowsy sigh. What a day. You say that every day, like a broken record. Well, every day is exhausting. In a good way, though. How can anything exhausting be in a good way? Well, haven't you ever finished something and been tired but really proud of your work? Nope. I usually finish shit then wish I'd never started it in the first place. You're kind of a pessimist. The world isn't sunshine and rainbows. That's true, but, well, bad things will always happen, but life goes on. Isn't that kind of cool? Not really. Maybe if you didn't frown so much, you'd be more positive. I don't think it works like that. Give it a try. See? Just copy my face. It's really easy. Just relax your muscles and... Nope. Still frowning, I see. It's not a frown, it's just my face. That's unfortunate for you. Damn! What the fuck? What's that supposed to mean? Nothing at all. Noisy. Must run in your family or something. Just completely dude's got RBF and just be like, yeah, your face sucks. Noisy, annoying, and a complete pain in the ass. You forgot gorgeous, charming, and funny. No, trust me, I didn't. You grinned and Florian turned away from you, looking around the store. Looked as it always did, a mess of knickknacks and clutter, but a clean one. Florian did a good job, even if he always tried to deny it. Hey, Florian, I was wondering something. You're always wondering something. Or another. You never stop asking questions. Good to have an inquisitive brain, Keeps me young. Or something like that, anyway. Is it? Seems like a lot of effort, especially when you could just keep your mouth shut and think to yourself instead. Anyway, as I was saying, I know that you grew up in town, but not much else. You haven't always worked here, right? What'd you do before? Is it important? That depends how important you think getting to know each other is. Not important, then. I think you default to being mean when you feel shy. Look, I used to be in college, but that didn't work out and I dropped out. There's a college here? That's surprising. I didn't know the population of Willowmist could support it. No, it was in the city. Didn't you say you always lived here? I was only gone a few months. It hardly counts. Well, why'd you drop out? Got bored of your major? Why is this so important to you? You got a magic book upstairs, right? Why don't you go bug it instead? I don't know if Barnabas would like that. He has a name? Hey, I didn't pick it. He came pre-named. Though, to be fair, Barnabas is kind of a rockin' name. You're changing the subject. Barnabas has nothing to do with this. I'm interested in you. Health complications, all right? I couldn't stay, but I also couldn't come back when... Ugh, look, fine. If you're so desperate to know, I'll tell you. But can we sit down? My head is killing me. Of course. We can use my room upstairs, if that's all right with you. Florian looked to the side, a dusting of red appearing on his cheeks. Now who's trying to get who in bed? I never mentioned anything about my bed. You're the one thinking about that. I never... No need to deny it. You literally just brought it up. Look, you're cute, but I think that's jumping ahead a little, don't you? I'm not. You don't... Ugh. I love flustering him. With that, Florian turned around and stomped upstairs, huffing the entire way up. Welcome to my humble abode, Sir Florian. God, shut up. You sound like Lucille. Is that a bad thing? I know you two are pretty different, but I hope it's not a problem. One Lucille is enough, that's all. It's not like I hate her, she's just a lot. All right, I'll keep the chivalry to a minimum, my fair liege. You flopped down on your couch, sinking into the cushions. Florian followed, though much more cautiously, perching himself on the opposite end. He's finally going to tell us he's a vampire, and the reason he's been so exhausted is because he needs blood, and we're going to offer ours. Calling it right now. He looked around the room, his gaze lingering on a photo frame. It had been there when you arrived, a picture of a much younger Auntie Sylvie holding a baby. Must have been you. This place is weirdly empty. You think? It's packed with all kinds of stuff in here. Sometimes I wonder where my aunt got it all. No, I mean, Sylvie has a big personality. She kind of filled any space she was in. I'm trying my best over here. I guess it's alright with you here too. Hey, I'll take second best to her. She's amazing. Anyway, what were we talking about? You dropping out of college? Right. Florian blinked a few times as if his eyes were trying to stay open. Are you feeling okay? Stop asking me that. I'm fine. He gently rubbed his temples, then shook his head. It's just a headache. It's no big deal. Anyway, college. I just had some health shit, and I left, but. Look, I won't sugarcoat it, and I'm not asking for your pity. My dad ran off after my little sister was born, and my mom struggled to raise both of us. I quit high school to have a couple of part time jobs to help her. Oh, Florian, I'm sorry. You do what you have to survive, it's fine. But my mom, she secretly saved up to send me to college for years without telling me, and she just sent me off. She wanted the best for you. Yeah, but why should that best not include them? But fine, whatever, I went, and I could face them when I dropped out. And I couldn't face them when I dropped out. They think I'm still in the city, living my life, getting my degree, and I can't bring myself to tell them otherwise. So wait, they live in Willowmist but have no clue you're here too? Florian, why? They would probably love to see you. I can't I can't face them. I She gave up everything for me and I just let her down completely. What am I meant to say? Hey mom, turns out I'm a fuck up who can't even make it through a semester of college. Surprise. She'd be happy just seeing you and knowing you're safe. That's what parents do, especially if it's health related. I can't. Not like this. I'm. Florian's head sank down into his hands, his shoulders trembling. I'm not who I was when I left. I can't. I'm not her perfect little son anymore. Why are you beating up someone? What? Why are you slapping? Just dropping this in. I'll be back eventually. Okay. Enjoy lurking. I don't think he'd want us to hug him, so I'm just going to put a hand on his shoulder. He placed a hand on Florian's shoulder, and thankfully he didn't pull away. You don't need to comfort me. I don't deserve it. It's... I'm sorry, Florian. Really. Hey, it's not like it's your fault. There's no reason to be sorry. I just want to go home and feel like things are normal again. Can't you? I truly, honestly believe that your mom would just be happy to see you. It's not... It's not just that. I don't deserve it anymore. I can't trust myself around her or my sister. Trust yourself? Even you. Even you should be keeping your distance. God, you're so fucking naive. I'll just mess things up for you too. Everything I touch just falls apart. I don't think that's true. I'm right here and I haven't fallen apart yet. The store hasn't fallen down around us. You're not destroying anything. Yet. I didn't want to share any of this shit. You know that? It's embarrassing. There's no shame in feeling emotions. Isn't that proof we're just human? But he's not human. I know that it's difficult for you, and I can't just magically make it better, but if you need someone to talk to or anything else, you can rely on me. You're too nice, you know? You're gonna end up getting taken advantage of. By who? You? I don't think you have the energy to take advantage of anyone, even if you wanted to. Ugh, thanks, I guess. Florian pulled back and wiped his eyes with his sleeve. Seriously, though, don't say anything about this to anyone. Our secret. Pretty good at keeping secrets, you know. Hardly. You've known me for less than 24 hours, and you've already broadcast my existence to the entirety of this quaint little establishment. At this rate, I expect you be handing out pamphlets by the week's end. Truly, your discretion is legendary. What the? There he is, my favorite talking book in the whole world. Not a lot of competition there, but don't let that hurt your feelings. And to be fair, I haven't told everyone yet. Only Florian. Oh, Florian, meet Barnabas. Barnabas, Florian. It literally talks. Did you think I was making it up? No, but I didn't expect. My reputation precedes me, as always. Hello, Florian. It's a pleasure to meet a friend of my esteemed master, or some such drivel. Barnabas isn't very nice, if you hadn't noticed. No shit. You will have to excuse me, as I was rudely interrupted in the middle of my rest. Your rest? What does a book have to be so tired about anyway? Plenty of things, you impudent creature. The effort it takes to communicate with my new master, for example, is truly a Herculean task. At that, Barnabas floated across the room and landed on the desk. It just flies. God, I'm too tired for this shit. Now I've embarrassed myself in front of 2 people. Great. Fortunately for you, I have the displeasure of being in service only to my pitiful master, and as such have no one to share your shame with. Just ignore him. I'll put him in the drawer if he keeps it up. The audacity! Fine, silence me, but mark my words, you will soon regret it. This must be a lot for you, too. Just a little bit. I like to think I'm pretty good at running with things, but sometimes, I'll be honest, I don't even really know where to start. But I got all the time in the world to work it out anyway. Aren't you going home in 3 months? Okay, I've got 3 months to work it out. Thanks, Florian. Sorry, I wasn't trying to make it worse. I'm just kidding. Really, I'm having fun. I'll be fine. I wish I had a drop of your optimism. Change fucking sucks. Yeah, but sometimes it can be really great, too. I've only been here a week, and it feels like I've made a whole bunch of friends. It's really, really great. Yeah, well, you're easy to like. Am I now? For some people. Not me. You don't like me at all? Aww. Well, that's your bad decision to make. Bad decisions are the fun ones, anyway. If life was only full of good decisions, then it would be pretty boring. Yeah, well, bad decisions can fuck your life up, too. I don't recommend them. I don't think you're as unlikable as you try to be, Florian. Who said I was trying? What, do you have some magic spell to read minds or something? Maybe I do. Let's see. Mind reading powers, activate! Yes, yes, I see. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. You're thinking about how truly lovely spending time with me is, and how much you look forward to seeing me every day. That's not... The mind-reading powers don't lie, Florian. You can admit it. Yeah, fine. I wouldn't mind being friends with you. And you're not terrible to work with. We're getting somewhere now. Hey, what's your sister like? I can imagine you as a super doting older brother now that I think about it. I mean, yeah, I guess I was. She's super bossy and a pain in the ass, but... Well, she's my sister. How old is she? 10? Probably 11 now, actually. Do you have any photos? He scooted a little closer to Florian on the couch. Yeah, I think so. Florian reached into his pocket and took out his phone, flipping through his photo album. He couldn't help but lean in to see what was on his screen. You could see pictures of a little girl, a woman who must have been his mother, and Florian himself, though a few years younger. It was hard not to notice how much brighter Florian looked. He lacked his signature eye bags, and he had a wide smile on his face, the kind of smile you'd never seen from him. That's her. You two look similar. You could be twins. Sure, if I was 13 years older than her. Or if I wasn't 13 years older than her. Mom had me young. She's adorable, Florian. Your mom looks really nice too. In response, you pulled out your own phone, scrolling through until you found a picture of you standing next to your mom, back when you moved into your first apartment, which was also the apartment you just moved out of. Wow, your genes run strong, huh? Me when. Yup, my aunt and her look pretty similar, don't you think? This was back when I moved out of home. I lived in this little apartment right in the middle of the city. I've now set up a new clip player. Ooh. What does that mean? Just that it plays different clips? Sounds noisy. Yeah, I didn't sleep a lot. Oh. What makes it different? You let out a soft laugh before locking your phone and placing it back down on the table. It works way better. Well, that's always a good thing. That apartment was so weird. Did you know that elevator fell like a dozen times? There was an earthquake localized to just the building, and a crane rammed in the first floor, all in a single year? Seriously? Yeah, but not a single person got hurt. I swear to God, someone in that building upset the Grim Reaper or something. You guys! You guys! Do you know what he's talking about? Oh my God! Wait, was he our neighbor in the last game? Oh my God! He's talking about stuff that happened in A Date with Death. Remember with Casper? Wait, because remember we could hear our neighbor. Was he our neighbor in A Date with Death? Did they have this game planned when A Date with Death? I have to go back and play A Date with Death now. Did we ever? I don't know if we ever learned. I don't know if we ever learned our neighbor's name. But wait, yeah, because I remember hearing them talk to their mom. Oh my God, I have to go back and play A Date with Death now. I think there's nothing. There's new stuff coming out. I think for A Date with Death, but I don't think it deals with A Date with Death. I think it deals with the other Reapers. You guys have no idea how excited that made me. I was like, wait a minute, that sounds really familiar, and then I was like, oh shit, it does. All right. I was kind of hoping like we'd somehow like see a little tie-in for A Date with Death. Well, I knew it was made by A Date with Death, like the people who made A Date with Death, so that's why I was like so excited to play it when that demo came out and everything. I was hoping there'd be like some little like cameo, like maybe like a keychain that looked like Casper or something. I don't know, but that's great. I love it. A little. I didn't. I didn't remember that. I mean, I knew that we had a neighbor, and I remember like our character like listening into the conversations because we would like nosy. I had no. I did not put two and two together. Holy crap! That's awesome. That's awesome. Anyway, now that I'm done geeking out, for the first time since you'd met him, Florian smiled, his hand coming up to his mouth as he tried to muffle a laugh. Maybe you're cursed or something. With everything else going on, that wouldn't surprise me in the least. You've got a nice smile, you know. Florian blinked and his cheeks slowly turned red. What? I said you have a pretty nice smile. That's all. I don't really mean anything by it. It's just nice to see. You come out with the most random things. You're meant to just think that kind of shit, not say it. He leaned back, smacking his head gently a few times on the back of the sofa. Ugh, my headache is killing me. I got painkillers in the bathroom cabinet if you want. I don't. They don't really help, but fuck it, I'll try. You hopped off the couch and headed to the bathroom. Your aunt had left an assortment of pills and medicines in that cupboard, but you didn't have a clue what most of them were for. You scooped up the painkillers, then popped back out. Florian was still in the same spot, but his eyes were shut tight and his chest gently rose and fell with each breath. Don't tell me another imbecile is moving into my quarters. Shh! Be quiet. He's sleeping. And these aren't your quarters. I'm just letting you stay here with me because I'm nice. Humph. Shh, Barnabas, they say. You're interrupting the poor tired man's beauty sleep, they cry. Well, fine. I'll just be silent then, if that is what you desire. Carefully, you draped a knitted blanket over Florian's legs, then settled in next to him, watching his sleeping face. For real. Oh, man. That's so cool. He looked peaceful. Much more peaceful than when he was awake. God, you really were exhausted. You ought to take better care of yourself, you know that? Well, you'll probably hate me for it, but I'll let you rest for a bit, okay? Maybe I'll close my eyes for a bit too. Just a little bit. That'd be okay, right? Night, Florian. With a yawn, you drifted off to sleep as well. You woke up to the sound of someone shifting beside you, amongst the otherwise gentle hum of night. Lazily, you opened your eyes, expecting to see Florian on his feet, embarrassed about falling asleep beside you, but instead noticed a shadowed figure hovering above you, leaning towards you. Is he gonna bite us? Oh! Ow! You blinked, trying to wake up your sluggish mind, and finally realized it was Florian? No, no! He was close to you, and his eyes were half-lidded, his expression distant and unfocused. One hand was down beside you, and the other braced against the couch to the side of your head. No! He's a vampire, and he's been exhausted. He's probably not been drinking blood. I wonder if our aunt was giving him blood, so he's probably going to bite us. A sudden chill ran through your body, despite the warmth still lingering in the air. Florian? No response came from Florian. He remained completely still, staring at you. No, not at you, but at your neck. If it's anything like the other game, there might be like NSFW DLC that comes out later. This is just the demo of the game. The actual game isn't even out yet, so you never know. His head dipped lower. The faintest brush of his nose against your skin sent a jolt through your nerves, and suddenly the sluggish fog in your mind cleared as his mouth was inches from your neck, his breath hot against your skin. Your eyes went to his face, and then you noticed something. A flash of something pointed and sharp between his parted lips. We've seen it the whole time. This is like the moment with Astarion where it's like, we didn't know until this moment he was a vampire? Nah, I clocked that early. Fangs. Your body tensed. Your heart hammered in your chest, and his breath hitched like he could hear it. Florian. No response. It was almost as if he wasn't truly himself. His posture was wrong, like he was acting on instinct alone. And in the dark, with a glint of moonlight reflecting off his eyes, his gaze almost looked empty. You felt the faintest graze of his teeth against your skin, a breath's distance from sinking in now. A shiver ran down your spine, but you managed to keep a lid on the panic threatening to break through. I'm okay with it. Like, this dude probably desperately needs blood. You lifted a hand and reached out, cupping Florian's cheek. The movement caused his eyes to open wider, and his lips paused. Slowly and ever so gently, you brushed your thumb across his cheek, expecting warmth radiating from his skin, but instead finding him as cold as a corpse. Oh, I wonder why. Your hand shook slightly, and your breath was ragged and shallow. Florian, are you there? At the sound of his name, he blinked a few times, and then looked down. When he saw where he was, he recoiled as if burned, falling off the sofa and landing heavily on the floor. His breathing was erratic and his hands were shaking, but he couldn't bring himself to look up. Shit. Fuck, I didn't mean to. Florian, it's okay. Calm down. You pushed yourself off the couch and crouched next to Florian. Don't come near me. Florian, seriously, it's fine. It's all okay. Just take a breath. You tried to put a hand on his shoulder, but he backed up, his face twisted in a pained grimace. Just don't come near me. Fuck, I can't believe. I'm a fucking idiot. I shouldn't be here around people. Fuck. You didn't hurt me. But I wanted to. I wanted to so badly. But you didn't. You inched forward until you were next to Florian again. He turned his face away from you, but didn't protest. His breath was coming fast and ragged, like he couldn't quite catch it. So you're don't say it. I'm not a vampire. You could see Florian's body trembling even in the dark. I have to go. Is that what's all this sickness has been about? You're hungry? I can't do this. Not again. I can't do this to anyone. As quickly as he could manage, Florian pushed himself up and ran for the door. Florian! He was fast. Faster than he should have been, especially given how weak and shaky he had looked. In moments, you heard the downstairs slam shut. You jumped to your feet and rushed downstairs, knowing full well that Florian was long gone, but wanting to try anyway. Damn it. Are you looking for Florian? Oh, Winnie. You turned to see her sitting on the counter, transparent legs hanging over the edge. Yeah, I was hoping he'd still be here, I guess. He ran off really quick. He looked upset about something. It's complicated, but I think I might have hurt his feelings. You don't happen to know where he lives or his number, do you? No, Florian doesn't really share that kind of stuff. Right. I'll have to talk to him tomorrow, then. Ding! 1 heart. Your eyes went up to the clock. It was only 7:30 p.m. You hadn't slept for more than an hour or two. Felt like much longer. Your stomach growled and you remembered that you hadn't eaten dinner yet and that you were pretty much out of food. I'll have to head out and find a grocery store, so I guess I'll just keep an eye out for Florian. Not that I'll likely find him at a grocery store if he's really a vampire. You turned towards the door before stopping in your tracks. Is everything all right? Winnie's legs stopped kicking back and forth, and she stared towards the ground, biting her lip. She fiddled with her sleeves and kept her eyes away from yours. You asked me about going out for dinner with you, right? Yeah, that's right. I'd love for you to come. And I forgot to ask Florian. Well, I want to go. That's great. But I'm really scared. Scared? I haven't ever tried to leave the building. Wait, not even once? No, I'm scared that if I try, I'll just disappear. Winnie's shoulders drooped and she sighed. It's dumb, I know it is, but I've been here for as long as I can remember, and I don't know if I still exist outside this building. What if the only reason I've lasted this long is because I've stayed here? What if I really am dead, and if I leave, I'll pass on? Winnie's eyes went down to her feet, and she swung them back and forth slowly. Hey, it's all right. Winnie, seriously, it's okay. It sounds scary. If you would rather stay here, we can do something else, just the two of us. But I want to go. I want to spend time with everyone and laugh and have fun. I don't care if I can't eat or anything, but I don't want to be alone anymore. But I'm too scared. I'm always too scared. You approached the counter and reached out, placing a hand over hers. Didn't feel like anything, and you couldn't truly touch her, but the thought was there. If you want to do it, then do it. Be brave. I'll be right there beside you. You won't have to do it alone. Winnie hesitated for a moment, then pulled her hand back and floated down from the counter. Okay, you're right. I want to go. Thanks, Sage. You're the best. Did you want to try coming out with me now? No. I mean, thanks, but I think I need to build myself up for tomorrow. All right, then, it's a date. If you change your mind, just tell me, okay? Okay. At that, you double-checked you had your key before heading out into the growing night. The air was crisp and cold as you stepped out the front door, and the wind rustled the trees that lined the street. There didn't seem to be anyone else wandering about, but then you supposed most people would be sitting down for dinner or tucked into bed for an early night's rest by now. Bundling your clothes closer to your body, you started on your way to the main square. Branawarts. What's a Branawarts? The town square was a little more lively than the store, but not by much. It seemed as if a good portion of the shops were closed or closing for the night, and only a few people wandered the streets. It was a far cry from the bustling crowds and bright lights of the city. The streets were clean and quiet, and the houses were well maintained, without any signs of graffiti or broken windows. You could get used to this kind of life. You eyed the various stores around the area: a bookshop, a coffee shop, a hardware store, a pharmacy. Then you saw it, nestled at the corner of the street, a small grocery store. The same one Lucille had pointed out to you when you'd gone out for dinner together the other night. The light out inside was on, and a small open sign hung in the window. You walked towards it, keeping an eye out for Florian, but to no success. The inside was what you would expect of a grocery store, though much smaller in scale than the big stores back home. The aisles were narrow and the shelves were cramped, but it seemed like they had pretty much anything you'd need. The lone cashier nodded to you as you passed. No self-checkout here, which didn't surprise you. Won't take over today, computer overlords. You grabbed a basket and began picking out some basics: milk, eggs, butter, that sort of thing. Twice in one day. I think that's what they call fate. You turned, hearing a now familiar voice behind you, to see Eden leaning against his shopping cart, red hair tousled. Unless, of course, you just couldn't stay away and decided to search me out, in which case I'm even happier. Eden grinned, and it was a little infectious. Actually, the allure of a full stomach pulled me here. Fate it is, then. So, what are you making for dinner? I'm tossing up a bunch up between a sand. Oh my God, can I speak? No? Lips? Do you want to work? Thanks. I'm tossing up between a sandwich or a cup of noodles. Ooh, you shouldn't break out the fine china just for me. But I always like to impress on the first date. Don't! How dare you! But I always like to impress on the first date. Cup of noodles are usually a hit. I still can't talk. I have a slightly more refined palate. How about instant mac and cheese? The microwavable kind? Of course. Now you're speaking my language. You're cute, you know that? And I think Lucille was telling me the truth about you being a shameless flirt. I'll have you know that I'm the pinnacle of virtue. If a person is beautiful, shouldn't they be told so? Eden leaned over his cart further, his eyes scanning you up and down. And you're definitely beautiful. I'd feel flattered, but I bet you're like this with everyone. Only the most beautiful ones. Bird! Bird, 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 bird! He grinned and you rolled your eyes, though a smile crept onto your face. You glanced down to his shopping cart, but were surprised to not see any food. You instead noticed an assortment of cleaning products: gloves, string, and duct tape. Gloves, string, and duct tape. Bitch, that ain't... What? That's not cleaning supplies, that's abduction supplies. Suddenly my dinner looks like a 5-star restaurant compared to yours. Not hungry for duct tape? Maybe as a treat after dinner. Definitely cleaning products, You both laughed, and it was like a weight lifted from your chest. The events of earlier that night melted away, if only for this moment. You have no self-preservation skills. I'm just saying. I love you. You're adorable. But I do a lot of DIY stuff, so I'm stocking up. Really? That doesn't look like woodworking supplies to me. You do look like someone who knows a lot about woodworking. Damn! I've worked with wood once or twice in my life, yeah. Oh, really? Care to show me sometime? Am I wrong? Duct tape, string, and gloves? Sure, just tell me where to send the bill for my services. Being a woodworker yourself, you'd probably know all the right techniques, wouldn't you? Need your living room clean? I swear I have only the best of supplies. Also, these two are kind of fun together. Just the absolute, riff back and forth. Well, I've been told I'm pretty good with my hands, yeah. And I'm very open to critique. We just have to practice until you're satisfied. Eden smirked and pushed his cart to the side, letting another customer through. Care to join me, or would you rather stay here in the condiments aisle forever? I can think of worse aisles to be stuck in, but I think I'll join you. The two of you started to walk through the aisle, and Eden took your basket and placed it in his cart. Wouldn't want your arms getting tired. So, mysterious shopkeeper, I'm incredibly curious about you. Oh, really? You're the talk of the town, after all. Things must be really slow right now if I'm the talk of the town. You know how small towns are. They'll find anything to gossip about. He picked up a bottle of olive oil and dropped it into the cart. And yet, despite being the most interesting thing that's happened here in months, no one knows much about you. Most people assume that Sylvie didn't have any relatives. He glanced over at you. As far as I'm aware, she's never left Willowmist either. What could pull her away so suddenly and drop you in her place? If you say please, I might be honest with you. Pretty please. I have no clue. Really, I'm not trying to be evasive, but honestly, I don't know. I have no clue why she decided to leave. She wrote me a letter and asked me to come, and here I am. She already left when I'd arrived. So a mystery then. Even more interesting. But that doesn't say much about you. Want to tell me a bit about yourself? Depends. What do you want to know? If it's the numbers on my credit card, probably not. Where you grew up, for example? What your parents are like? What's your favorite color? Eden grinned and shrugged his shoulders. Take your pick, whatever you're willing to share. I don't see any reason to rely to him yet. And maybe my self-preservation skills are just as bad as Sage's. You want me to condense all of my interesting experiences in history down to a few sentences? I'd take an essay if you had one. I don't, but it's never too late to start. In the meantime, I grew up in the city with my mom, didn't know my dad, C's all the way through school, and my favorite color is green. Oh, that's my favorite color. Your turn. Well, actually, I do have an essay prepared, so... He reached into his overshirt as if he had something hidden there, but came up with nothing. Damn, I must have left it at home. Smooth. I'm sure you can give me a synopsis, at least. I've made a few recent amendments you might enjoy. For example, did you know that I've discovered quite recently that my favorite color is orange? Uh-huh. And I bet when you meet someone with blue eyes, your favorite color is blue. Do I really seem that shallow? I think Lucille doesn't dislike people for no reason. Eden glanced around as if to check no one was watching. Don't tell me you brought your guard dog with you grocery shopping. Maybe I did. She'll jump out when you least expect it. I promise I'll be on my very best behavior then. Eden added a few more things to his cart. Mostly small things, and nothing that could be considered a meal alone. A single potato, flour, but no other baking ingredients. A box of gelatin. Amidst the chatting, you found food for dinner, too. I'm gonna make a sandwich. That sounds good, actually. I could totally go for a sandwich. Sandwiches would have to do for now. Proper meals could start tomorrow. You found fresh bread in the bakery area of the store and some lettuce, tomato, and cheese. The two of you continued circling the store until you'd found everything you came for. Dinner for the night, some fresh fruit, and a few essentials like soap and toothpaste. It wasn't much, but it would do. Eden, however, kept your basket hostage in his cart as he continued onwards in no sort of rush. So, have you always been a carpenter? Oh no, I tried my hand at a lot of things, actually. Jack of all trades, master of none, that kind of thing. Most recently, I was a bartender, but it wasn't for me. And before that, a cook, a painter, a photographer, and a waiter too. Is any of that actually true? At least half of it. Probably. Maybe. Really though, I didn't come out into the world expecting to be a carpenter. It just sort of happened. It was a niche that needed filling in Willowmist. The last carpenter disappeared under mysterious circumstances that had nothing to do with me. That is totally normal thing to say. Like, why? Like, if he would have just said that it had nothing, like, that they disappeared under mysterious circumstances, I would have believed him. But adding that had nothing to do with me, that's what makes it sus. And you're wearing gloves. Why do I doubt everything you say to me? Maybe you're a good judge of character. He added a couple more things to the cart and then began pushing it down another aisle. One you'd already been down twice already. What made you pick carpentry, though? That's a pretty specific skill. Like I said, I'm pretty good with my hands. You looked down to his hands, but he was still wearing the same gloves from that morning. Something satisfying about making something real with your own hands. You start with just an idea, a few scraps of wood, and then suddenly, there it is. Something solid, something that exists because you willed it to. I think that's what I like about it. You take something raw, shape it into what it's supposed to be. Simple, straightforward. A piece of wood doesn't argue with you about what it should be. Sounds like an innocent man? Uh-huh. Totally innocent. That's oddly deep coming from you. What can I say? I'm an oddly deep man. I'm sure you'll get to know that about me soon enough. He added a few more items to the cart before continuing onwards again. You followed, more amused than anything else. I'm starting to wonder if you're leading me in circles, Eden. Can't blame a man for wanting good company. So it was on purpose. Of course, I wouldn't miss the chance to spend more time with you. But I suppose now the game is up, shall we? He motioned towards the counter, where the cashier was still idly waiting. Close enough. Grabbing your basket out of his cart, you checked out first, then headed outside. It had gotten much cooler again while you'd been inside. Yeah, I'm not complaining. It's a nice long demo. You get a good feel for the game. It had gotten much cooler again while you'd been inside. The breeze rustled the leaves overhead, and a few stray leaves spiraled down from the branches and landed in your hair. You reached up and shook them loose. Eden followed close behind, carrying several bags. Thanks for waiting. What, did you think I'd ditch you and run off? Maybe. I don't think I've got a good read on you yet, Sage. You're interesting. I was considering it, but then I imagined you standing all alone in the cold with big, sad puppy dog eyes. Couldn't do it. Big, sad puppy eyes, huh? So that's the kind of man I am in your mind. I don't mind playing that part. Well, I was gonna say a lost child at the supermarket, but I thought you might take offense. He flashed you a playful grin before glancing across the road. The street lamps cast a soft glow over the little park nearby. The swings swayed gently in the breeze, creaking faintly under their own weight. Now, since you were kind enough not to abandon me, allow me to return the favor. Oh, what favor is that? You're not going to grab my shopping and keep me hostage again, are you? He nodded towards the empty swings, then tilted his head at you expectantly. I happen to know that the swings over there have the best view of the stars in town. Trust me. His grin widened. Or not, if you don't want to. Damn, this is gonna be hard. There are so many good romanceable characters in this fucking game. Alone in a park watching the stars? How romantic. I didn't realize that was your style, Eden. Oh, and what did you think my style was? From my first impression of you, I thought you'd be more likely to invite me back to your place for the night. Would you have said yes? No, probably not. Not the second time we met, anyway. And the third time? We'll see. Eden laughed. I'll have to try and impress you next time, then. Eden, somehow with an armful of bags of groceries, linked his free arm with yours and led the way over to the swings. They were, as he said, not too far away and completely deserted. A few small lamps cast the area in a pale yellow glow, and a couple benches were positioned beneath the trees, their surface covered in leaves. You could see the moon above the treetops. There was something cozy about the place, secluded and peaceful, but not lonely. Just a small, hidden space in the middle of the town, perfect spot for a midnight rendezvous. Or just a place to chat, which was what you were actually doing. Eden set his groceries down on a bench, then walked over to the swings, taking one of the two. You took the other, and he gently swung back and forth. I was hoping we'd get a CG. So, what do you think of Willowmist so far? Ooh, okay. What I've seen has been beautiful. Kind people, great food, the night is clear and cool. It's a lot quieter than back home. I could get used to this. And you're staying for 3 months. That's a decently long time, but also no time at all. Yeah, 3 months and then it's back home again. You sound a little disappointed about that. I don't know if I am or not, really. Things have just been a whirlwind ever since I arrived, and now it's already been a whole week. I'll blink and then it'll be time to leave. Eden chuckled and held a little tighter to the swing's chain, still looking up at the stars. Then why leave? Well, my mom is still back home. Even 3 months without seeing her is a long time. Don't you ever miss your parents all the way out here? I'm sure I would if I knew them. Oh, well, I'm sorry. Don't be, really. Family's a little meaningless to me. So, not raised by grandparents either? I had a more communal living experience. But forget that, I'm far more interested in you. Why not bring your mom here too? She, well, she and my aunt don't have the best relationship. Not that I know why. I wish I could have gotten her here. She'd have loved it. You let out a small sigh and pushed the swing a little harder, trying to get a little more height. A shame. Knowing you and Sylvie, I bet she's incredible. You want to hit on my mom now, too? I swear, everyone in this town is after my family. Why would I do that when you're right here? I can just tell you're already like it. You already like it here. Would have been nice if she could see it through your eyes, don't you think? Yeah, maybe then I'd have some idea why she and my aunt don't get along. I always thought family feuds were supposed to be dramatic, but I don't even know what started it. Never asked her? I have, a bunch of times. But every time she changes the subject or tells me to drop it, so eventually I did. Maybe you should ask your aunt. She might have not have the same hang-ups. I'd love to if I knew how to contact her. No address or anything? I have literally no clue where she went. Ever the mysterious woman. Anyway, 3 months is a long time to be away from home. No friends you're leaving behind, a job, a lover maybe. Nope, no lover. Why, you offering? Eden laughed at that, a gentle yet hearty sound. Maybe I am. Keep me in mind, will you? How does such a lovely person not have anyone waiting for them back home, I wonder? I've heard of people flirting with friends' moms. Grandma is a new one. Going after the G-MILF. Maybe I just haven't found the right person yet. Hadn't, you mean? We met this morning after y'all. Wow, and you're already making assumptions about us. Someone's getting ahead of themselves. Someone has to. I'm not going to sit around and let someone else make the first move. Eden grinned. Besides, I don't think I've been imagining your interest in me, have I? Who can say? Maybe I'm just a friendly person. Maybe, but there's a difference between friendliness and flirtation. And I suppose you think you can tell the difference, do you? I like to think I'm not too bad at it, yeah. Well, you're confident, I'll give you that. I do like confidence in a man. Confident I shall be, then. Eden leaned in slightly, his elbow resting on his knee, his eyes glinting with mischief. And what else do you like, since we're on the topic? Oh, I don't know. Honesty, good sense of humor. Lucky me then. I happen to be hilarious. Debatable, I think. Oh, and here I thought I was making quite the impression. You are, just not necessarily the one you think. Eden placed a hand over his chest, feigning deep offense. Not Affleck. No, Affleck. What? An old rich bag. Jesus. I'm sure they'd love you calling them that too. Wounded. Truly I am. But if I'm to be known for something, I'll take bold and devastatingly handsome over funny, I suppose. You rolled your eyes, but before you could quip back, his tone shifted, just enough to make you pause. I've always admired boldness, you know. Some people spend their whole lives waiting, hesitating. But I'd rather move forward, even if I don't always know where the path leads. That's an interesting way of looking at things, isn't it? If you're still standing still, you're letting the world decide for you. He rocked back slightly, his gaze drifted toward the night sky, but his voice remained light and playful. And if I'd stood still, I wouldn't have met you, would I? Wow, is this how you get all your dates? Would it work if it was? You tell me. Hmm, I think it might. For a brief moment, he fell quiet, swinging just a little, letting the cool night air settle between you. Then, with a slow inhale, he spoke again, softer this time, like a thought slipping out before he could catch it. I've never been the kind of person who was meant to stay in one place. I was made to move forward, to keep going, to see things through. His fingers curled loosely around the chains of the swing, and his gaze flickered toward the treetops as if searching for something beyond them. I suppose people like me can't stop. If I sit still, the world will just keep changing without me, after all. And what happens when you get to where you're going? I suppose I'll let you know when I get there. Eden smiled and reached out his hand. Before you could react, he'd plucked a single leaf from your hair and held it up. He twirled the leaf between his fingers, watching it for a moment before tucking it behind your ear with a soft, deliberate touch. There. Perfect. You think so? I'm not sure a leaf is the best accessory. You make it work just fine. He leaned back slightly, resting his arm against the swing's chain as he regarded you, a slow, knowing smile on his lips. It's strange, isn't it? Some people spend their whole lives searching for a place to belong, and others, they just fit somewhere, like they've been here all along. Are you talking about me or you? You. You're like a missing piece finally clicking into place. The quiet between you stretched on for a moment before Eden laughed and pushed himself off the swing. But enough about that. You should get some sleep before I convince you to stay out all night. You say that like it's a bad thing. I just hate to be responsible for you sleepwalking through your store tomorrow, and I wouldn't want to miss our date. Not a date if everyone's going. I'll just have to work extra hard to make sure you only look at me. Blech. Hiccup. He scooped his grocery bags with an easy motion, shifting them over his shoulder. Shooting you a playful glance, he took a few slow steps backward, his silhouette cutting sharp against the lamplight. Don't miss me too much, all right? I think I'll survive, Eden. Good night. Night, Sage. Eden grinned, turning on his heel and sauntering off into the night, leaving only the faint echo of his footsteps on the quiet street. You exhaled, leaning back on the swing, watching the sky stretch vast and endless above you. The town was still, the only movement the occasional rustling of the trees in the night breeze. Some people spend their whole lives searching for a place to belong. With a shake of your head, you pushed yourself up from the swing, then collected your groceries from the bench. Ding! Cracks in the finish. You began to trace back the path home that was quickly becoming as familiar to you as the back of your hand. It wasn't long before you were back in the town square, though. It was now completely deserted. The streets were empty, save for a cat darting into an alley, and the only sound was the creak of a distant wind chime as it swayed softly. It's kind of a nice feeling walking at night. I never realized that. You glanced upwards towards the sky. The moon shone bright and clear, illuminating the night and surrounding houses. There wasn't a cloud in sight. A beautiful night all for yourself. Or almost all for yourself. A flash of something caught your eye. The form of a tall, lanky figure sitting on a rooftop overlooking the square. He watched for a moment, little more than a shadow, before disappearing out of sight. You quickened your steps back to the store. Who dat? Who on the roof? You'd hoped to see Florian when you arrived back at the store, but he was still nowhere in sight. I wish I had his number or something. Approaching the counter, you searched for any kind of employee information your aunt might have left, but found nothing. No trace of where Florian nor Lucille lived or a way to contact them. However, sitting on top of the counter, you found a sealed letter with Sage written on it. Setting down your groceries for the moment, you settled down on a stool, then quickly opened the wax seal to see your aunt's graceful handwriting. To my dearest Sprout, I hope this letter finds you well and that Willowmist is starting to feel a little less like a place you've arrived at and a little more like a place you could belong. I've no doubt you've been charming the town left and right, whether you've meant to or not. By now, you might be noticing that things here aren't always as they seem. Strange little happenings, peculiar folk with peculiar habits. You're sharp, my dear. You always have been. I won't insult you by pretending you haven't begun to put some pieces together. I wish I could have been the one to tell you everything myself, but, well, your mother would never have proved. She wanted you far away from all of this, and though she had her reasons, I always thought you should be able to decide for yourself. The store, our store, isn't just about antiques, it's about people. It's about community. It's about giving a little help to those who need it, just enough to let them find their own way forward. Some of them have come a long way to get here, some of them have nowhere else to go. But they all need something, and if you listen closely, you'll know exactly how to help them. I hope by now you've stumbled across that grumpy old book. Or rather, I hope he's found you. He's a stubborn thing. Don't take it personally if he's been less than welcoming. He was built to be particular about his company, after all. But if you listen, really listen, he has more wisdom tucked away in those pages than most people do in a lifetime. I know I left a lot on your shoulders, and I know it isn't fair, but I also know you can do this, my little sprout. If anyone can, it's you. I have full belief in you. Take care of the store, take care of its people, and take care of yourself. And please tell me you haven't tried to sell the bird vase. I told you it was cursed. With all my love, Aunt Sylvie. P.S. Tell Quinn I'm doing well and that I think of him often. He always did know how to make me laugh. I do hope the two of you have become acquainted. With a smile, you refolded the letter and tucked it away. All right, Aunt Sylvie. I'll do my best. You're still not telling me where you went, huh? Retrieving your groceries, you headed back upstairs to unpack. Your room was much like you left it. The window was still open, your bed was still unmade, and a cushion from the couch was still discarded on the floor from your wake-up call with Florian. A small amount of... oh, goodness. I just breathed in dust. or something. A small amount of guilt settled into your stomach as you put away your groceries and made a late dinner. Wasn't much, but it was food. If it isn't my illustrious master returned from whatever nocturnal nonsense has stolen their attention this time. Barnabas floated into view with a dramatic puff of air, as though he'd been holding his breath in indignation. I do hope your day's endeavors have been worth abandoning your faithful servant for hours on end. I imagine whatever inane nonsense kept you away was terribly important. Perhaps a riveting chat with one of your incredibly mundane customers. What are you saying you actually wanted my company? I thought you wanted to be alone. Of course, master, I live to be ignored, neglected, and left stewing in stagnation while you frolic about with fanged employees and amateur spell work. Brings me immeasurable joy to gather dust alone in your tiny cramped abode. Someone tells me you're being sarcastic right now. You don't say. What a master of deduction. How will I ever escape the clutches of your incredible intellect? I did ask if you wanted to come with me, you know. Which I did not. So what is it you want exactly, then? Not to be alone, but also not to spend any time with me. Precisely. Your wisdom knows no bounds, master. Though, to be candid for a moment, I much prefer your company over the lurking menace you insist on calling an employee. Honestly, a vampire, master? Did you already know? I could hardly call myself a grimoire if I did not know the scent of a vampire. I didn't think being a book had anything to do with smelling people, but all right. Ah, right, I forgot that your brain lags behind sometimes. Let me spell it out to you quite simply. Magic is in the air, the threads of reality, and the auras people leave behind. And vampires, they reek of old blood, undeath, and regret. They are more than simple to pick out. But by all means, continue trusting him. I'm sure nothing could possibly go wrong when employing an emotionally fraught bloodsucker with impulse control issues and a sad backstory. He's not really employed by me. He's employed by my aunt, and either way, Aunt Sylvie trusts him, and this store is a place for people who have nowhere else to belong. I would never just throw him out. Barnabas let out a long, drawn-out sigh, as though his entire world had grown tiresome. Oh, very well then. Continue ignoring my sage advice and do as you please. After all, it is your funeral, not mine. I do like the smell of a book. I like the way books smell, but I didn't know books could smell. He turned his attention toward your half-eaten dinner and snorted derisively. A meal fit for a king, I see. A truly inspired use of your time and resources. You know, you're pretty judgy for a stack of paper. That's probably why you don't have any friends. You continued waiting for Barnabas' almost guaranteed response. A stack of... The gall of you! The gall! Do I need to... Do I... bleh. I do not need nor desire friends. I live to serve, not frolic around and have fun like some. Oh yeah? Then why do you get so huffy every time I leave you alone? Barnabas fluttered indignantly, his pages puffing outward in an offended ripple. Because, master, leaving me attended in this drafty little hovel is a waste of rare and precious genius. Not because I'm lonely, heaven forbid. I simply find it offensive, and to be shelved when I am a once-in-a-millennium arcane artifact. Uh-huh. Totally not lonely. I am above loneliness. Loneliness is for sentimental beings with soft hearts. I am made of enchanted ink and intellect. Besides, I had plenty of company today. Lady Seraphina of House Moonridge accused Countess Belladonna of enchanting her husband with a love hex, again, and the fallout was positively catastrophic. Wine flung, curses shouted, a hat caught fire, utterly riveting. Now, I could be going crazy, but I'm pretty sure those are characters from a television show. The real sorceress is Cape, in fact. It does not surprise me that you know so little about it, but it is a fascinating documentary. Uh-huh. A documentary. And you enjoyed watching this documentary? It was purely academic viewing, master. A study of interpersonal dynamics among magically inclined nobility. It's research. Did you spend all day watching it? I may have absorbed 8 episodes, but only because Countess Belladonna's familiar betrayed her, and I had to see how that arc resolved. For scientific integrity, obviously. Right. Scientific integrity. Honestly, if they simply enchanted their contract bindings properly, none of this would happen. Amateur hour, truly. Also, Seraphina's illusion magic is atrocious. Her whole tower is a lie, and no one is talking about it. You do know that's all fictional, right? Obviously, master, but some elements ring true. Magic, after all, is based purely in reality. There have been countless Lady Seraphinas and Countess Belladonnas throughout history. Anyone like me in there? Why, yes, there happens to be a talking toad that advises the Countess. I believe the character is called Toadsworth. You share many qualities. Careful there, Barney. Compliment me for too much, and I might accidentally fall for you. You would not be the first human to do so, trust me, nor the last. Wow, ladies' man over here. Finishing your food, you cleaned up and then glanced over towards Barnabas, who was still watching you. It's late tonight, but maybe tomorrow we could do some more magic practicing? I am always prepared to further your knowledge and skill, master, though perhaps you could begin by tidying up this horrendous mess you call a room. Honestly, a pigsty, truly. That feels a little unfair. This is all my aunt's stuff, not mine. It's not like I chose to have a room full of clutter. You have lived in it for a week and haven't even bothered to put away your own dirty dishes, master. I would not deign to call that a good defense. With a groan, Barnabas's voice is actually hard for me, and I don't know why. With a groan, you conceded and began to put the room in order. You didn't have the energy for it, but you also didn't have the energy to argue with a book. Everybody getting called out by the dirty dishes and dirty room. Oh, by the way, is my whole magic stick meant to be a secret? Do I seem as if I have the answer to every question, master? You seem like you like to think that, yes. Well, I am pleased to see you accepting the truth. But to answer your question, yes, in general, revealing one's magical capabilities to the mundane masses is frowned upon, especially when one is a fledgling spellcaster who lacks any kind of control. You're far more likely to set your sleeves on fire than impress anyone. Hey, I'm already getting down that spell you taught me, as did every toddler taught in the past. I'm on the level of a toddler? Just below, actually. But don't be discouraged, Master. Toddlers are remarkably clever these days. You know, a bit of encouragement wouldn't kill you. No, but it might kill you, and I've grown strangely fond of not being shoved into a forgotten drawer again. So consider my criticism a public service, one it might even save your life. One day, I'm going to be so good at magic that you're going to eat those words. When that day comes, Master, I shall serve them with tea, jam, and a commemorative plate. But until then, try not to burn down the house. I wonder how flammable you are. Excuse me? Did you just threaten to ignite me? Me, the illustrious Barnabas the Magnificent. I'll have you know I'm warded against flame, though clearly not against rude commentary from reckless amateurs. Honestly, how flammable are you? Have you no shame? No decorum? No decency? You're so easy to wind up, Barney. Yes, well, enjoy your jests at my expense, Master. It's good to have a hobby when one lacks talent. I'm sure you'd know all about that. Going back to the don't tell anyone lest you burst into flames, yada yada. Is it okay if I trust someone? That is your decision, Master. There have been many famous spellcasters who were quite open about their craft, and others who were inherently secretive. Some were revered as visionaries, others were burned at the stake. It's a bit of a mixed bag, really. Trust is a valuable... Ow! Sorry, I wrenched my shoulder. Trust is a valuable resource, best spent in small increments and monitored closely. So you're saying I should trust, but be careful? No, I'm saying you should trust me and be wary of everyone else. But since I know you won't listen, yes, be careful. At least try to be. Yeah. I went to move my shoulder, and I pushed it a little too far one way. That's all. Magic may be your inheritance, Master, but secrecy is your shield. You don't yet know what kind of eyes might be watching, or what they want. You're being uncharacteristically serious right now. Yeah. I mean, recently, yes. I have been to the doctor. They do not seem concerned in the slightest. So I guess it is what it is until it heals. There's nothing, they did an x-ray. There's nothing broken or anything like that. But I guess. Yes, well, even I am allowed moments of grim sincerity. Now, if you're quite done probing the depths of philosophical trust, please turn on the next episode of The Real Sorceress of Silverkeep. I need to see if Lady Seraphina finally hexes that two-faced necromancer or just throws another goblet. Yeah, here you go. You lifted up the remote and turned on the television, and the screen lit up with images and a loud voiceover. Barnabas fell silent, and you took the opportunity to settle into bed. With a yawn, you glanced towards the open window and the moon, hanging high and bright above the treetops. As tired as you were, sleep did not come easily. Thoughts raced through your mind, and the events of the day felt more vivid than ever. Still, after some tossing and turning, you fell into a deep sleep, accompanied by the occasional gasp from Barnabas in the background. Oh my god. We're still going! We're going to jump right into it, because I am bound and determined to finish this game today. No matter what it takes. Unless it takes more than 2 hours. Because that's all I have. Like I said, we're going to try and finish it today. If we don't, I guess I'll continue it on Saturday. Otherwise, if we do manage to finish it, because I think we're close to the end, question mark? Or at least the end of the demo. We'll just go ahead and play some Zenless. So, let's hop right into it. See if the book bullies me some more. You woke to the soft patter of rain against the window pane, gentle as a lullaby, still echoing in the quiet hush of morning. With bleary eyes... Hi, Baba! With bleary eyes, you saw the world outside of your window was tinged in gray, the colors muted. Did I turn my... Oh, it was raining. That's why I turned everything down so much. I was wondering what... The rain fell in steady sheets, and the air in your room felt cooler, calmer, like the storm had swept away yesterday. Wrapped in the warmth of your blankets, you let yourself sink a little deeper into the mattress, lulled by the rhythm of the rain and the soft creak of the old building. Ah, is my bestest buddy Barnabas! You would not believe this, master. It's just preposterous. Lady Seraphina has betrayed Countess Belladonna for a third time, and this time there were public hexes thrown about as if they were common insults. You peeked out of the covers towards the TV and found Barnabas still on the couch where you left him last night. Light filtered through the rain-speckled window, and the room still held that quiet of early morning. But of course, peace could not survive Barnabas. And don't even get me started on the Lord Thistlewick. He's faked his own banishment, master. Banishment! Who does that? I'm still trying to figure out what everybody is, because maybe there are people in this town that aren't magical, because they said there were, but I'm assuming all the characters that we are speaking to are magical in some way, so I'm trying to figure out what everybody is. And we know Winnie's a ghost, Lucille is the knight, Quinn, I'm assuming, is a werewolf because he's hairy, and he also said that the moon does things to him. We know Florian's a vampire. I mean, we knew Florian was a vampire before Sage knew Florian was a vampire. Emmett, I'm not sure. He says it's because he got drunk, that's why his very drastic personality change. I'm still curious as to that, because I'm still thinking it's a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde thing. And then we met the new guy. Crap, I forgot his name. But his literal shopping cart when we met him at the store was string, duct tape, and gloves. So I'm like, oh, so he's, like, he kidnaps people. But anyway, that's where we're at so far. And then there's Barnabas. Barney, did you even sleep? I'm a sentient grimoire. The fact I must explain this to you so often, however, does not surprise me, as I believe your brain never fully developed. I transcend such trivial mortal needs like sleep or hunger, but if I were capable of exhaustion, I would say I'm running solely on indignation and disbelief. You watch that show all night? Naturally. I could not possibly pause while Countess Belladonna was teetering on the brink of scandal-fueled exile. Yeah, right? That's what I thought. I have two options. Lay in bed and listen to my book talk about an unpopular TV show, or get up and go to work. That's not really a choice, is it? You rose from bread. It begins. You rose from bed, stretching a little as you did. A glance at your phone told you it was nearly 8 a.m. The sun had risen, even if the sky remained cloudy and gray. You dressed, then got together a simple breakfast before heading downstairs. I wonder if Florian will show up for work today, because last night was when he almost bit us and dipped real fast, so he might not even show up to work today. You came down the staircase, expecting to see Lucille, the same as every morning, standing guard near the door, but she was nowhere in sight. Instead, you noticed Winnie sitting at the front desk. Oh, does she not come out in the rain because her armor will get rusty? Sage, finally! Were you waiting for me?
Not really waiting, exactly. I was just getting lonely. Florian is usually here overnight, but after he ran off yesterday, he hasn't come back.
It's possessed. It's haunted. All you can play on it now are old, dead PlayStation 1 games. I'm sorry, Winnie. You know I'm just upstairs, right? You can always come hang out if you're feeling lonely.
I guess I just didn't want to make you get hurt again.
What, are you still thinking about the glass thing? Don't worry about that. It was a silly accident.
Then maybe we could have a sleepover sometime.
I'm sure Barney would love that.
Who? Oh, Sage, do you have a secret boyfriend hidden upstairs?
Wouldn't that be exciting? Alas, no. He's a stray I picked up.
A cat? That's even better than a boyfriend.
Hell yeah. No. What the hell? We're friends, right?
Yeah, of course. The bestest friends ever.
He's A book.
A book?
He's called Barnabas. He talks and everything. Got a bit of an attitude problem, though. Winnie stared at you blankly.
Like a diary?
A spell book.
Whoa, like magic and stuff?
Apparently, there's some things my aunt didn't tell me about her and myself. Typical, huh?
You're a witch?
Something like that. Only you and Florian know, though, so don't go telling people.
My lips are sealed. This is so exciting. Can you turn me into a frog? Oh, whoa, whoa. Actually, when Florian comes back, turn him into a frog.
I don't think he'd appreciate that.
As long as we turn him back after, he can't complain, right? Come on, it's just a little prank.
Unfortunately, I've only learned the spell for turning someone into a frog, not the one that turns them back.
Oh, maybe it's a good thing you don't have the other one. We could get into too much trouble.
Winnie giggled. We?
Well, of course. You and I can be partners in crime, just like on those detective shows. The police would never figure it out.
You have very good luck with the ads. They just said no, not today. I don't know. A string of frog transformations just after I moved to town sounds awfully suspicious.
We'll need a cover, obviously. Maybe we could pin it on somebody else.
I can't really turn anyone into a frog, you know. Well, not yet, at least. Huh. Well, it's just a happy little accident. And we hope that they don't fix it.
No, my plans.
Barney is a tough teacher. So far, all I can do is be slightly better at looking for things.
That doesn't sound like a superpower.
Well, it's not. But if there's a pen under the couch, I'll be able to find it.
Okay, that's pretty cool. I'll admit it.
With a grin, you walked over towards the counter and leaned on it, then looked up towards Winnie. So, it's your big day. You excited?
What do you mean? Don't tell me I've forgotten something important.
It's our wedding day. We're going out for dinner? What?
I forgot!
You're not that forgetful usually, are you? Are you feeling all right?
I'm so nervous about it. I think I sectioned off that part of my brain that remembered. We're still going?
We are, if you're up for it. It'll be a good chance for everyone to hang out, get to know each other a little. Winnie nodded. Maybe even a good chance to debut some of your idol skills. Think of it like training. Winnie's expression shifted from nervous to excited.
You're right. This is all just a stepping stone on my way to stardom. If I can get past the first hurdle, nothing can stop me.
That's the spirit.
Spirit.
Okay, I didn't even mean to do that one. The sound of thunder in the distance roused you from your conversation, and as the clock struck 9, the rain grew heavier. I wonder where Lucille is.
What do you mean? It's Sunday. The store's closed today.
It is, isn't it? I'm such an idiot. With a sheepish laugh, you rubbed the back of your neck a little embarrassed. I could have slept in more then. Ah, well, it's probably good not to spend all day lazing around in bed.
That does sound pretty good, though.
Yeah, it does. Winnie leaned forward on the counter, resting her chin in her hand.
To be honest, I can't remember most things. What the world looks like, or what food tastes like. It's so weird, but also normal. I don't know.
What kind of stuff do you remember?
The sound of floorboards creaking, a sunset, and that song. But there are a lot of things I can't remember. My birthday, for one. Isn't that lame? I can't even celebrate.
Well, why not today?
Huh?
It's the 7th of November today. If you don't know when your birthday is, why not choose one for yourself?
But isn't a birthday special?
Any day can be special, even a random day in November. We're already going out for dinner tonight. Why not make it a party? Winnie blinked, then gave a big, beaming smile.
You do that for me?
You're acting like it's some huge inconvenience. Of course I would.
Thank you. Really, thank you.
Hopefully the rain clears up, though, or we'll be having it here instead. And I need to find some way to contact Florian. He left yesterday before I could ask him to come. It wouldn't be a proper birthday party without our resident grump, would it?
No, it wouldn't. We gotta invite him.
Except I don't have his number or know where he lives. Do you know if he has any friends around town we could ask?
Um, I don't think Florian has many friends. At least none I've ever heard him talk about. He likes to keep his private life pretty private.
Well, I have a few errands to run today, so maybe I'll have some luck finding, I don't know, his address or number somewhere. You'd think my aunt would have those. The rain outside pounded the roof in a constant, steady rhythm. It was a calming sound, even if it was making leaving the house a little less than ideal. Since it's your birthday and everything, how about we keep each other company too?
I'd love to.
Well, let's get to it then. Clean the store and sort through the storage. I don't think I've actually ever cleaned the store. I usually leave that to Florian. Your aunt really did know how to keep an eclectic collection. It's just a shame that eclectic collection attracted so much dust. Careful not to knock anything off the tables or on the store, you quickly gave everything a once-over, then decided to spend some time rearranging the various items around the store. I have to dice roll to rearrange stuff? I'm gonna break something. You're not really sure if it helped at all, but at the very least, the shop is a bit cleaner than when you started. Wait, did I not lose that dice roll? What? Maybe I would have gotten more clean if I had succeeded the dice roll. Maybe. And what's this? You pulled out a purple drawstring bag from a box. Personally, if I was digging around somebody's attic and they had random things, anything in a drawstring bag I am not touching and I am not going near. Don't look in that bag. It looked to be made of velvet or something similarly plush. Even more of a reason not to touch it. Although I think Crown Royal comes in a bag like that. But it actually says, I think, Crown Royal on the bag. And no, I don't drink. My dad would get it. And he liked to keep those for coins. So he has Crown Royal bags for all of his quarters and dimes and all that stuff. You tugged open the strings and found nothing. The inside was so dark you couldn't see anything at all. It almost looked bottomless. Bag of holding? But that wasn't possible, was it? Ooh. DC hard. Ah, wait. Did I get it? Carefully you reached inside the bag and felt something beneath your fingers. Curious, you grasped it and pulled. I got... Did that just say an encyclopedia? Encyclopedias are antiques now? Okay. Apparently encyclopedias are antiques, guys. Oh, okay, fine. That's totally okay. I'm okay with that. Yay, we're level 4. That's okay. If you gotta sleep, get some sleep. I feel that. I'm running on 4 hours. I sleepy. I typed cat, phone autocorrected to kitty. That's okay. They're the same species. Get some good sleep. Have sweet dreams. Whatever those dreams may entail. Thanks for coming and hanging out for a little bit. Just coming in and say hi. You began searching through your aunt's collection. Unfortunately, you don't find anything worth selling. We found the encyclopedia. What do you mean? It's worth like a whole bunch. Because it's a fucking antique. Because encyclopedias are antiques. Now, apparently. I think I still have some encyclopedias. Like, they're not at my side. The sun was beginning to crest over the horizon when the rain ceased and the sun peeked out from behind the clouds, painting the streets and buildings in a wash of color outside the store. Oh, that's true. Can't tell the queen no. Off with his head. After a busy day around the clothes store with Winnie, you were unsurprised. Why can I not read that? Unsurprised to not find any way to contact Florian. With a sigh, you began to think. Quinn might know. Or maybe Emmett? Who can I ask? At that moment, the chimes by the door sounded, and the door opened timidly. Sorry, the store is closed to... Standing in the doorway was a familiar short man with dark hair, wearing a slightly oversized jacket and headphones around his neck. He looked towards you almost sheepishly. Oh, that's right. He can go out in the sun today because it's all gloomy and cloudy. It's not rain. Well, it is raining, but it's not sunny. Hold on. Sorry. I have something on my glasses. I had to wipe them off. Boop. Can we talk? I'd say we already are. He rubbed at the back of his neck, not meeting your eyes. Yeah, I guess so. I'm, sorry for running away. He glanced towards you, but quickly away again. And sorry for what I tried to hurt you, so... God, this fucking sucks. Apology accepted, but on one condition. Can you tell me what's going on with you? Yeah, I guess that's fair. Where's, Winnie? She's upstairs still. I'm guessing she doesn't know. No, no one knows, except Sylvie. I had to tell someone. Look, this is new to me. I'm a vampire, I guess. I don't fucking know. It's not like I chose this, and I hate blood. The smell, the taste, it's disgusting. I try to avoid it, but sometimes I'm not in control. I get so hungry, but all my old favorite foods just don't work anymore. So I try to keep to myself and keep people away from me. All this tiredness has been hunger, then? Yeah. But you've eaten now, right? You don't look as bad. I guess so. Well, there we go. No harm done. You say that, but you're not a... Hi, shenanigans! You're not a danger to me. I believe that. You're just going through some stuff. Florian was silent for a moment before a weak laugh escaped him. God, you're a fucking moron. Why aren't you scared? Because I like you, Florian. I don't think you'd really hurt me. You're an idiot. Oh, I'm well aware. It won't happen again. I won't let myself get into a situation where it could, so just try to keep your distance, please. I'm not going to abandon you just because you're scared of yourself. You can ask me to be careful, but don't ask me to pretend I don't care about you. I don't deserve that. Too bad. You've got it anyway. Why? Why the fuck are you so nice to me? Why not? You're a good person, Florian. Florian stared at you blankly, a confused, almost pained expression on his face, as if the very concept was foreign to him. With a deep breath, he looked away from you, then back. Just don't expect anything from me, alright? I don't want to drag you into my bullshit. Then don't. But I'm going to stick around either way. Now, I've got a question for you. How does one go about inviting a vampire to a birthday party? What? I meant to ask you yesterday, but things got a little hectic. Eden invited us all out for... I'm just now realizing we're going out for dinner with two people who can't eat. God, am I just insensitive or what? Bro, I can't nap. I must finish game. We're so close, I think. Maybe. It's not the game, it's just the demo. If It's fine. Oh, it was not. It was not indeed. Alright. It's more than fine. I wouldn't have been the same without you. To buy this for data. Where does the birthday thing come into it? Oh, we decided it's Winnie's birthday today. Is it her birthday today? Likely not, but today's as good a day as any for someone who doesn't remember their birthday. I wondered what to buy meant. There was another knock at the door, and it slowly opened once again as Lucille walked in, though you almost didn't recognize her. Do we get to see Lucille without her armor? For the first time since meeting her, she lacked her characteristic armor and instead wore a much simpler blouse and trousers.
Look at her!
Oh my god! Oh my god! I'm sorry. She looks good in her armor, but holy cow, she looks so good. Oh my god, she looks so good. Sorry, I couldn't help myself. Drooling over here. Here, let me wipe my mouth a little bit. Good afternoon, Sir Florian and Sage. How do you fare on this fine day? How is it fine? It's been pissing. It's been pissing it down with rain all day. No, it's fine. It's fine. Come on. Anyone that is into women, you can't tell me that's not. Yes, please. Anti-horny routine. I should get like a bonk hammer or something. Listen, Linda. She is pretty. She's that effortlessly pretty. Where like she doesn't have to do really anything and she's just drop dead gorgeous. Yes, wood. Wood, yes, please. And now the sun has risen, and the rain has departed. It is a blessing indeed. Almost like she's designed that way. Shut up. Nice to see you, Lucille. I'm absolutely telling her she looks beautiful today. Well, you look beautiful every day, but it's nice to see you looking a bit more casual. Lucille blinked, her expression caught somewhere between surprised and flustered, though she quickly straightened, recovering her poise. You honor me with your words, Sage. I merely wish to give my armor a brief rest during our meal, though I did worry it would leave me feeling exposed. It's not like you're naked. Jesus, Florian. Nay, but I wear my armor like a second skin, so it is akin to being bare. Beautiful is a word I am unused to. Fucking how. I must confess, but I am pleased that you would use it on me. A slight smile curved her lips. Next to you, I fear I may pale in comparison. Flatterer. The truth has always fallen from my lips with ease. God, let me leave if you're just gonna stand there flirting, please. Flirting? I would hardly call this flirting, Sir Florian. Sage's intentions are pure. You're seriously gonna sit there and pretend this isn't flirting? Complimenting one's appearance is simply a gesture of kindness and respect. Right, and I'm the king of Willowmist. I do not believe this town exists under a monarchy, Sir Florian. Florian sighed. It was sarcasm. Ah, my mistake. It is sometimes difficult to discern, though I appreciate your efforts, Sir Florian. Yeah, whatever.
Whoa, everyone's here! Kay, it's your girl.
Not quite everyone. Emmett and Eden haven't turned up yet. Winnie hurried down the stairs, and her eyes immediately lit up at the sight of Florian.
Florian!
What?
You came back!
Yeah, I kinda work here.
Boo, you know that's not what I meant. I meant after you ran off last night.
You fled during your shift, Sir Florian. It's my fault, actually, but we worked it out. It wasn't. Yep, all worked out. Ghost Bay, yeah, your Ghost Bay, Winnie. I am relieved to hear that. It is good for us all to take an outing like this. Bonding as colleagues is a vital part of the work experience. You nodded sagely. Totally.
Do I work here?
If you count getting in the way of work, then sure.
Hey, that's not nice. Don't make me make Sage turn you into a frog.
Into a what? I am afraid I must admit ignorance on this topic as well.
Uh, I mean, who can turn someone into a frog?
Lucille raised an eyebrow, and Florian stared flatly at her, then at you. Also, you gave her this. It's hard, okay? There's a lot of people, and I've been trying to just go off on the fly of voices here. I don't even know if all of them have stayed, the same for all 3 days. It's hard, especially dudes. I banned myself. No, you're fine. I'm just saying, it is kind of hard doing this many voices and keeping track of all of them. Anyway, Eden and Emmett still haven't arrived, huh? I wouldn't be surprised if Emmett just doesn't turn up. He's never wanted to get to know us before. Why would that change now? You shouldn't think such things, Sir Florian. He will surely arrive soon. Oh, Ghost Bay. However, if Sir Eden were to find himself lost in a ditch somewhere, then I would not be surprised, nor would I be upset.
Ooh, I forgot you didn't like him.
It is not a simple dislike. There is something uncanny about him. She paused, considering her words carefully. The world has an energy, a presence. Some people are bright and vibrant, like you, Sage, and others have an energy that is quiet, more subtle. But when I look at Sir Eden, it is as if he has no aura at all. Maybe you just don't like him. That's not illegal or anything. I would like to think I am not so petty, but... Can they wrestle for dominance? Jesus. Oh, I think he's... I don't know yet about Eden. Eden's like I said, when we saw him at the grocery store the other day, the contents of his grocery basket were gloves, string, and duct tape. So I'm not so sure, but I don't want to necessarily just immediately... He's a carpenter. So maybe he does. He said he uses those things for work. I think he's fun. Fun in a wouldn't trust you as far as I could throw you kind of way, but fun nonetheless. I will endeavor to take your opinion into account and not simply assume the worst. I apologize. You don't need to say sorry for not liking someone. There's a hell of a lot of people I don't like too. That is fair, but it is a shame to let distaste rule one's emotions. The chimes by the door rang once again, and when the door opened, you were surprised to see two silhouettes. One taller, standing rigidly, and another that stood with a confident swagger. Honey, I'm home. I told you not to say that when we got here. And I told you I don't listen. Now who's ready for a night on the town? It's dinner, not a pub crawl. Emmett, Eden, I'm surprised to see you two arrive together.
I'm sorry, I have a lot of paperwork.
Welcome back. We happened to bump into each other. Fate can have such a heavy hand. You were loitering about outside my house all afternoon. I would hardly call that fate, even if such a thing were to exist. Fate works in mysterious ways, my friend. As I said, it is hardly so mysterious, that fate. God save me. I don't think even God can save you now. You don't need to remind me. Good evening, Sir Emmett, Sir Eden. It was a good evening, yeah. And I'm sure it will be still. I don't think I've ever seen the store so full of life. Too much life, if you ask me.
Ignore Florian. He's being a sourpuss.
A what?
A sourpuss? Come on, it's my birthday. Cheer up.
Your birthday? Well, no one told me that.
Actually, we just decided it this morning.
I was very confused as to what that was. Are they biting into a thigh? Oh, they're biting into. Wait, is that a thigh? Okay. I think it's a thigh. Damn. How very curious of you. This makes me think you don't know when your birthday really is, perhaps.
Well, it might be today.
It's a 1 in 365 chance. I don't know about you, but I like those odds.
Thigh bite.
Thigh bite. Chomp, 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 chomp. Honestly, I think it's a great idea. We should all get birthday cake whenever we want. That sounds fiscally irresponsible. Cake is never fiscally irresponsible, Emmett. I bet you have a secret sweet tooth hiding under that suit somewhere. Sweet tooth or not, sugar should only be consumed in moderation. So you do like cake? Of course he does. This big guy is a huge softy deep down. I've seen the key ring in your pocket. It holds keys, Eden. And it's also an orange cat wearing a bow tie. It was a gift.
Oh, I want to see it.
That is hardly necessary. Come on, Emmett, it's her birthday. I intend to find out what Emmett is hiding under his. I was about to say birthday suit because we're talking about birthdays. Under his birthday suit is probably a skeleton, maybe some muscles and some, arteries. It's not my fault. We're talking about birthdays. And then the word suit. It is quite literally not her birthday. You wouldn't want to disappoint the birthday girl, would you? Fine. He reached into his pocket and pulled out his keys. Attached to them was a tiny crocheted kitten, indeed wearing a bow tie. Look. Just because I play a lot of games where your romanceable character is a psycho killer or stalker or, something like that, doesn't mean I have bad taste. Look at Emmett. Possibly Eden. They're totally normal. Everybody's normal.
Oh my god, that's so cute. It looks like Sage.
What? It does not.
It definitely does. Look at that fluffy orange hair.
A coincidence, that's all. Whatever helps you sleep at night, big guy. I have owned this for months. It is hardly related to a person I've met in the last week.
But it does look like them.
Truthfully, it is a remarkable resemblance. A fascinating observation. Now, are we going out for this not birthday, or did I come all this way for nothing? It's an unbirthday! They're a serial killer. I can fix them. We're going. Come on, I got us a reservation at the best place in town. Would that happen to be the Silver Oak? I'm unsurprised to see someone with such good taste already knows about Willowmist's best-kept secret. What part of it is a secret? It's like the only restaurant in town open past 6 p.m. Eden here is prone to hyperbole. You should not put stock into anything he says. Then shall we make our way there, if we are not to be late?
Yeah, let's go.
The group began to file toward the door, and you held it open for everyone to leave ahead of you, until one other person remained. Winnie doesn't know if she can actually leave yet. How are you feeling?
Would you believe me if I said good?
Is that the truth, though? Winnie looked up at you and then smiled, the same bright smile as always.
I guess I'm a little scared. But I'm excited, too. It feels like I've never stood under that big open sky before, even if I'm sure I have. Thanks, Sage.
For what?
For coming to this town.
Well, I should be the one thanking you for giving me such a warm welcome. How dare you, Pablo?
No way! I should be thanking you. If I remember correctly, I think I gave you kind of the opposite of a warm welcome. Let's agree to thank each other then. Deal?
Deal. Now come on, everyone's waiting. You held to open the door and stepped outside first. CG! Oh no, I thought it was a CG of Winnie. Outside the shop, the street was quiet. There was no traffic, and the storefronts across the street were dark and lifeless. Winnie stepped out after you. Slowly at first, her movements guided by hesitation and fear, but that quickly gave way to something brighter and bolder. As she left the doorway, she let out a gasp, her eyes fixed upon the stars above.
They're beautiful.
There was something in her gaze, awe, longing, or something else, but her expression was so filled with light that you couldn't help but smile. The others watched on, a mix of curiosity and knowing across their faces. Florian looked up himself, but the look in his eyes was much more subdued. You are a brave soul, Lady Winona. It takes true courage to face one's fears. That is your first time leaving the store, is it not?
Yeah, I guess it is.
I can't think of a worse hell than being trapped in a musty old store. It's a wonder you didn't die of boredom. Nothing could be boring with Winnie around. Yeah, well, you got me there. You walked over to Winnie, then offered her your arm. Ready for an adventure?
I guess I am.
Winnie took a breath, then looped her arm through yours. Or at least tried to. Though neither of you could touch the other, it was a strangely comforting gesture all the same. Slowly the group set off, heading up the sidewalk. As you went, Winnie kept glancing around, taking everything in with wide eyes. You couldn't blame her. There were a lot of new experiences waiting after all. Whenever you do Winnie's voice, I kept feeling like I've heard one similar. Now I've got it. It sounds like a little like Velma from Scooby-Doo.
Jinkies.
There are a lot of new experiences waiting after all.
It's so strange. I've been looking out the window every day, but nothing has ever felt as big as the world looks right now.
A gentle wind blew through the street, ruffling clothes and sending leaves skittering across the pavement. You couldn't help but notice the way Winnie's hair and clothes stayed totally still. There was no movement to her, except her steps, and she made no noise either.
My glasses! My glasses! I can't see without my glasses!
Sorry. Yes! I love Quinn so much. The fact that this man is not a romanceable option, like, I get it, Sylvie. I get it. But I'm also jealous as fuck. My dearest friend, Sage, it is truly good to see you. Hi, Quinn. How are you? 1,000,000 times better now that I see you here. And you've brought quite the crew with you. We're having something of a birthday cross welcoming party tonight. How very wonderful, my friends. I will give you the finest service this humble restaurant has to offer. Thank you, Sir Quinn. We appreciate the hospitality. Lucille, you're looking positively radiant tonight, my dear. Did you do something with your hair? Lucille cracked a smile at that. A little sheepish, but her eyes seemed to sparkle in the low light. I don't know if that was a car or motorcycle that just went by my house. Perhaps it is the lack of armor that makes me look different. I find it is more comfortable than expected. Well, either way, it is a pleasure to have you once again. Please, allow me to see you to a table. The group followed Quinn further into the open-air dining area, which was beginning to fill up with customers at this time of night. It was fortunate that Eden had thought ahead and reserved a table. Your group of 6 sat down, and Quinn left you menus and took drink orders. Wait, what? What was clipped? What did I say? I knew it! I knew there was going to be a CG of all of them! It's not like I play visual novels or anything. And when there's multiple romances, and there's usually a CG of like all of them together, but shut up. There we are. I didn't know you were so familiar with the owner, Sage. Well, what can I say? I have a way with people. That much is obvious. You have all of us wrapped around your pretty little fingers. Speak for yourself. Some of us are just trying to do our jobs. Perhaps that is something you should consider, Eden. Are you trying to tell me that your relationship is entirely business? Entirely. That's how an employment contract works, yes. Eden let out a laugh at that, shaking his head. You play so hard to get. Emmett pushed up his glasses, crossed his arms, and looked away from the table. I'm not playing anything. I am simply doing my job. If you were only doing your job, you wouldn't be sitting there right now. I am simply. Look, do you two need a moment, or should I just start handing out earplugs? Jesus.
Shut up, Florian. This is like seeing a TV drama in real life.
No, he's right. We should try to have all the spotlight. We shouldn't try to have all the spotlight. Not when we have a birthday girl and Sage right there. You know, it dawns on me that some of us know each other better than others. Perhaps we should get a bit of a ice breaking done? Like what exactly?
Oh, I know. I saw this game in a magazine. 2 truths, 1 lie.
Eden's eyes lit up. Now you're speaking my language. That sounds stupid. I am in agreement. This is a game for children. On the contrary, perhaps a game would allow us to get better acquainted, though I am unfamiliar on how it is played. It's simple. You just have to state 3 things, 2 of which are truth and 1 that's a lie. Usually everyone else has to guess which is which, but I think it would be more fun to leave people wondering. What do you say? Lucille made eye contact with Eden across the table, and a silent, unspoken challenge seemed to pass between them. I agree. This sounds quite interesting indeed. I'm looking forward to getting to know you further, Sir Eden. Careful. Beautiful people who know how to swing a sword are my weakness.
I'll go first.
Do I really have to play? As it is Lady Winona's birthday, and she wishes it, you must. Ugh, fine, whatever. Winnie beamed.
Yay! Okay, alright. 1, I'm a really good singer. 2, sometimes I randomly smell disinfectant when there isn't any. And 3, I love the ocean.
I randomly smell things that are burning sometimes. Like, I'll smell something, and I'm like, is something burning? And then I'm like, no, it's just my brain. What a spread of options. Now all of us will be guessing all night. This is just stupid. You should not judge while you have not spoken your truths and lies, Sir Florian. Fine, but this is so dumb. Florian crossed his arms and leaned back, looking away. 1, I used to be a vegetarian. 2, I'm an only child. That's the lie. 3, someone tried to kill me once. Wait, we know he's not an only child. We know he has a little sister. Somebody tried to kill him? What the fuck? There, you all happy?
I know I am. Well, kinda. As long as someone didn't really try to kill you.
Who knows? Wait, is Eden a vampire killer? Yeah, the one that's a lie is the one. He has a little sister, and he said he's an only child. So we know that's a lie. So the other 2 have to be the truth. It seems we are all learning more about you by the moment, Sir Florian. Great, that's just what I want. Allow me to go next. I have prepared 2 truths and a lie, and I trust you will not easily be able to cipher the falsehood among them. Firstly, I was knighted before my 18th birthday. Secondly, the last time I saw my homeland, it was burning. Lastly, I held the crown of a fallen king for 3 days until his people could bury him. You deliver all 3 with such confidence that I suspect they're all technically true, and the lie is in the semantics. You do not seem like the kind of person to lie otherwise. Now you're getting into it. Emmett pushed his glasses up again, then tapped his fingers against the table thoughtfully. I suspect you were knighted on your 18th birthday. I think you probably did hold someone's crown, but it was for more than 3 days.
Ooh. Or Lucy was still there after her homeland stopped burning?
Look what you've done. We're not supposed to even be guessing. You're quite good at this game, Lucille. Thank you, Sir Eden. Just Eden is fine, you know. Aren't we friends? No. Sir Eden. I suppose I'll go next, if only to get it over and done with. The pink in my hair is natural. I grew up a town over from Willowmist. I've never had a cavity. Does that suffice? This is more than I've got out of you all week. I told you I have no interest in personal relationships.
That one's definitely.
Oh, that's Eden. That one's definitely the lie. It wasn't a part of the game. But it is a lie. I have a sneaking suspicion you might actually like us. Some of us, at least. Ugh, not you, at the very least. What about Sage? I find Sage tolerable in a business sense. Easier to deal with than Miss Marigold, that's for certain. Tolerable? There, Sage. That's pretty much a marriage proposal coming from him. I am already regretting coming. I love Emmett. There is no need to have regrets, Sir Emmett. It is in the it is in the company of comrades that even the most hardened hearts soften. You're not helping, Lucille. On the contrary, I believe I am offering him a valuable opportunity for introspection.
Translation: You're stuck with us, Emmett.
I think I need a drink? Then rejoice, my friends, for your wish is my command. Quinn set down drinks all around the table, a wide smile on his face, before pulling out a small notepad and taking your orders. You watched as everyone ordered, minus Winnie, before it stopped at Florian. I'm not really. Go on, Florian. It's my treat. Actually, we were planning to share something, weren't we? Were we? Yeah, remember, Quinn, could we get the pasta for two? Fantastic taste! I would expect nothing less from my wondrous Sylvie's relative. Ah, she adored my pasta. How I miss her. She'll be back soon enough. I'm sure she misses you too. Quinn smiled a little wistfully. Your words warm my heart. But come, we should not waste a moment. To the kitchen! Quinn left once more, and the chatter slowly resumed. Eden and Emmett started bickering about something or another, while Lucille stood and began showing off some stances and sword swings to Winnie. Florian, however, lightly pulled on your sleeve. Hey, thanks for that. I mean, appreciate it, I guess. You'll just have to pass me pasta under the table now. I probably should have picked something you eat with your hands. I could just start filling your pockets with it. Go get your foods. This is making me want spaghetti. Pocket pasta is the best kind. God, you're stupid. But thanks.
Sage!
Yes, Winnie?
You haven't had your turn yet.
Well, if I remember correctly, neither has Eden. Then I suppose I should have a turn. We'll have to save the best for last, Let's see. I had a lovely childhood. I was born in the most beautiful... Jesus Christ, there's a lot of pocket pasta. Pocket sand! That'll noodle in your... Is that spaghetti in your pasta, or are you a little al dente? That was terrible. I'm so sorry. I'm going to put myself in the corner. Spaghetti does sound good. I had a lovely childhood. I was born in the most beautiful garden in the world that you'd never find on any map, and I've read over 10,000 books, though I couldn't tell you what any of them were called. What? Oh. 10,000 books and no titles to note? That is peculiar. Doesn't an average person read like 700 books in their lifetime?
I haven't read any.
You don't count.
Maybe they were boring books.
Even boring books have titles. Forgetting every single one is statistically impressive, I suppose. I've always loved being statistically impressive.
And what kind of garden are we talking about? Tulips? Ooh, are you a man-eating tulip person?
I could be. What do you think?
I don't know. You're so mysterious.
I guess I'll have to leave you all wondering then. Far more interested in what our new friend here has to share. Who? Little old me? Nobody. Don't play coy. You've been dodging the spotlight all evening. Maybe I just enjoy listening to all of you. If I had to play the stupid game, so do you. Of us all, you are the one shrouded in the deepest mystery. Am I? I think I've been pretty open with you all. Perhaps too open. Alright, let's see. Oh, I get to pick them? Oh, that's so cool! I've been struck by lightning. Just once. You know what they say, lightning never strikes twice.
Wait. You got struck by lightning? That's so cool. Did your hair do the like big whoosh thing? Did you get superpowers? Can you still smell burnt toast? Oh, maybe that's why you are so electric?
I saw someone talking to a bird out of their window. I name every mug I own, or I got fired from a job for being too good at it. Neither one of these are interesting. I guess we'll go with this one. I got fired from a job for being too good at it. Apparently, when you make your manager look bad by doing twice the work in half the time, it's a problem. Haha, he must have worked retail. But hey, I did get a coupon for a smoothie on the way out. Naming my mugs, I might consider that.
What flavor smoothie did you get?
None. It was sadly expired. Wow, that's like icing on the cake. Such an injustice would not stand in my homeland. You would have been granted a feast in your honor. Alas, all I feasted on was the sweet, sweet taste of corporate betrayal. The lie. This one, I like this one, because if they're thinking it's true, I once got engaged by accident.
What?
It's true. I thought it was a joke. Apparently it wasn't. Were there not vows exchanged? A dowry discussion? I ran for the hills before that happened. Changed my number, moved apartments. You know the drill. No, I don't think we do. Bon appetit! I hope you're all hungry. Quinn placed a large bowl of pasta between you and Florian, and everyone else's dishes in front of them. The smell made your stomach growl. You were really starting to miss proper food with all the snacks and sandwiches you were living off of. Thanks, Quinn. It smells amazing. It is my pleasure, Sage. Please, eat to your heart's content. Oh, I wanted to tell you, my aunt sent me a letter. Ah, the apple of my eye, muse to my culinary creativity, light of my life. How is she? She's doing good, I think. She said to say she thinks of you often. She did? Quinn paused just for a second, long enough for you to catch the flicker of something soft in his expression, like the sun breaking through a cloud. Got married to a group of people? Well, goodness, He cleared his throat and quickly turned back to the table, fussing with a napkin that didn't need adjusting. Be still, my beating heart, to be thought of by such a luminous soul. What a treasure. Dude, fucking... Man, I love Quinn. This right here is like top 10 man. Like top tier man. Not top 10. Top 1. Top tier. You must tell her the feeling is mutual. No stronger than mutual. Mutual squared. I'd love to, but she still hasn't given me any way to contact her. But I'm sure she knows that. She remains as mysterious as ever. That is my Sylvie. That's silly. I hadn't realized you two had a relationship like that. How long have you been together? Together? No, you misunderstand. Quinn chuckled, a little wistfully, folding his hands over his heart. We are not lovers, my friend. We are not anything so easily named. Sylvie is the kind of woman whose presence alone is enough to change a man. I have loved her in my own way for years, and if all I am permitted is a place in her story, no matter how small, then I consider myself blessed. Oh my God, this man. So you wouldn't want anything more? What if she wanted more? Quinn's smile faltered just slightly. His gaze turning distant for a moment before he answered. Me at my problematic crush. Then it would be the greatest honor of my life. His words were quieter than usual. Then, with a small laugh, he shook himself free of the mood, his usual flamboyance returning like a well worn coat. But whether such a day comes to pass or not, I am content to cheer from the sidelines, to cook, to fuss, to write odes to her magnificence when the mood strikes me, which is often. You're kind of a hopeless romantic, huh? Hopeless? Never. I remain full of hope, overflowing with it, in fact. And now I am passing that hope on to you. Eat, drink, and enjoy your evening amongst friends. Those evenings are the finest ones. Quinn bowed and left, and conversation quickly returned.
Wow, I can't believe you actually just came out and asked him that.
Why not? Love is a subject I'm fascinated by. I'm telling you, maybe he's an incubus. I don't know. I'm still wondering about you, Eden. You two in particular, we know nothing as far as like what you are. I mean, I thought it was pretty well known that he's head over heels for her. News to me. Florian picked up a fork of pasta and blew on it, though didn't move it to his mouth. I mean, I think he asked her to marry him like 20 years ago. Wait, what? Seriously? This gets more juicy by the second. Sir Quinn's devotion is most admirable, to love so fiercely yet ask for nothing in return. It is the kind of loyalty spoken of in old songs and battle oaths. Lucille sat straighter, hands resting in her lap as she gazed toward Quinn, who was already laughing at another table and setting down drinks. In my homeland, we are taught that devotion is not measured by its reward, but by its endurance. To love without expectation is the purest form of loyalty. We speak vows not to be returned, but to be upheld. If one's heart is true, it does not waver, even in silence.
You're gonna make me cry. Lucy, the way you talk is so beautiful.
You really do have a way with words. You'd make a good poet, Lucille. It's beautiful, sure, but isn't that a little tragic, too? The group looked toward Eden, who leaned back slightly, fingers loosely resting around the stem of his glass. All that loyalty, all that devotion, and what if it was never returned? What's left for someone like that? Did you not listen to a word he said? Not everything is about what you get back. Some people love in quiet ways, through actions, stability, showing up. There's value in loving someone without expecting something in return. You just don't understand it. What makes you so sure I don't? Because everything you say about love sounds like a transaction. You offer your heart and expect someone to take it. That's not connection, that's a contract. And what would you know about it, Mr. I don't need anyone? More than you, at the very least. Wow, okay. I thought we were playing party games, not starring in a courtroom drama about the ethics of love. Sage is correct. We would do well not to pry into Sir Quinn and Lady Sylvie's private matters. Even the purest intentions may bruise where they mean to heal, and I would not like to see Sir Quinn hurt by our words. You're right, of course. My apologies. Still, I enjoyed the conversation. Hearing everyone's views is enlightening. Wait, maybe he's Cupid. I didn't grow up around people with opinions that weren't handed to them. So hearing you all speak so freely, even when we disagree, it's kind of refreshing. Though if you ever want to have a less existential discussion about love, Sage, I'm always happy to offer my services as a test subject. Oh, in the name of science? Naturally, controlled environment, one-on-one observations, lots of long walks and meaningful glances, all the good stuff. All very official, wouldn't you say? You are incorrigible. Ugh, shut up and eat already. You're all just jealous of our blossoming relationship.
What? I'm not gonna let you steal my favorite manager away from me.
Yes, take care with your words, Sir Eden, for I am sworn to protect Sage from anything that means harm. This is somehow the best and worst dinner I've ever been to. I can't help but agree. Emmett reached out to the glass. Emmett reached out to the glass to the left of his plate, lifting it for a quick sip. Emmett, that's not... Too late. Emmett had already taken a mouthful, pausing as the taste hit him. He slowly set the glass down, blinking once. Your drink. I didn't realize we were close enough to share. I'm honored, Emmett. You. You switched the drinks. No one switched anything. You grabbed it yourself. Is Sir Emmett quite all right? He stared down at the glass in betrayal, then turned to you, squinting slightly. You're blurry. Maybe you should just. Wait. Emmett, are you drunk after just one sip? I didn't realize you had such a cute side. Shut up, Eden. You talk too much and no one likes you. Damn! So you're an honest drunk. You gained a new charm point in my eyes. Please stop speaking to me. And you, why are you sitting there? He looked towards you now, elbow on the table, face resting in his hand. Why am I sitting here? To eat dinner? That's what you usually do at a restaurant, I think. Why aren't you sitting here? Emmett nodded his head towards Eden's seat. Do you want to sit next to me or something?
Oh man, if I could eat popcorn, I would so be eating popcorn right now.
I had not known Sir Emmett held such strong opinions about seating arrangements. So what if I do? Is that a crime? Not the last time I checked. What, you don't want to sit next to me? No. Your personality is exhausting and you flirt with everyone. I don't flirt with everyone. In fact, I think I've been decidedly unflirty tonight. You flirt with Sage. Emmett, maybe it's time to... Do I? Constantly. And poorly, might I add. You seem oddly concerned about where Sage's attention goes for someone who doesn't care about anyone. I never said I didn't care about anyone. I'm just selective. Selective, huh? Yes, very. I only showed up tonight because someone keeps getting dragged into nonsense and I have to keep an eye on them. Who, me? No, the other new antique store manager in town. Of course I mean you.
Ooh, he's like a clingy cat that pretends to hate you, but actually loves you and wants to sit on your keyboard while you work.
That is so specific. I never pegged you for the possessive type. What do you think I'm going to do? Bite him? Knowing you, probably. You need not worry. No one is getting bitten on my watch, Sir Emmett. Oh, poor Florian. No one's gonna bite me. Not unless you say please, at least. Please keep your mouth to yourself, Sir Eden, lest you lose it. Lose my mouth? Alright, I'll be good. I doubt it. Sage, you should come sit next to me for your safety. That's a little hard when I'm sharing dinner with Florian, don't you think? You can share mine. I'd lose the whole mouth. His whole ass mouth? That depends. Will you feed me? If I say, ah. There was a pause. Half the table watching, half of it holding in laughter, before Emmett, entirely without hesitation, lifted his fork with the most absurd seriousness imaginable. Say it then. Ah. The fork slipped past your lips. It was a simple gesture, but something about the way his eyes were on you and the look in them was strangely intimate.
Oh my gosh, he actually did it!
Wow, that's pretty good. I'll have to try it next time. But I think I'll stay here and finish my meal. Hey, think about it like this. You can keep a better eye on Eden if you're sitting together. Reduced to a third wheel. Seems I'll have to step up my game.
Hey, Emmett, I had a question. Why do you stop by the store so much these days?
He's helping me with...
I know, all the boring numbers and stuff, but it's not just that, is it?
It's part of my job. I'm ensuring the transition is smooth and that Sage isn't unintentionally ruining the store's finances. Come on, Emmett. Just admit it. You're hovering. It is not dishonorable to show concern for one's companions. Are you checking in on me? Of course I am. He cleared his throat, adjusting his glasses. You were suddenly dropped into your role with little warning in this town of all places. Monitoring your adjustment is prudent.
Aw, he's worried about you.
That's very sweet, Emmett. Thank you. I'll have to remind you of this entire conversation tomorrow.
Psst, you owe me $5, Florian.
Ugh, once again, what does a ghost even need $5 for? Well, go on. What bet at my expense did you make this time?
I bet that Emmett had a soft spot for you. I mean, he'd never stop by so much when Sylvie was around.
You picked up the last of the pasta on your fork, already full to bursting. Apparently, eating a pasta for two all by yourself was difficult work, though fortunately, no one else had seemed to notice Florian's lack of eating. Winnie hovered towards Emmett, poking fun while he attempted to swat her away unsuccessfully. Eden and Lucille were engaged in a lively conversation about something or another, and for a moment, you felt at peace. It was strange. You hadn't known anyone here for longer than a week, and yet here you all were, talking, laughing, having dinner together, like you'd known each other all your lives. It was a feeling you'd never felt before, not even back home. The closest you'd ever come was the nights you'd stayed up playing video games with friends over voice chat, and even then, there was a distance between you, a separation in place. Here, though, it was different. Even when Emmett and Eden were arguing, there was something comforting about the knowledge that they were right beside you, a mere arm's length away. You leaned back, fork resting against your plate. Your stomach was full, and your heart a little more so.
Okay. New bet.
No, I keep losing bets with you. I don't want to do them anymore.
Bzz, wrong answer. Okay, here it is. I bet Lucille could eat.
I almost read those two words backwards.
I bet Lucille could out-eat Florian and Emmett and Eden in a pie eating contest if she wanted to.
I was about to say, like, wait, what? Is there a pie eating contest coming up I haven't heard about?
Well, no, but we could always organize one.
I'll pass. That is not a wager I would wish to entertain, Lady Winona, but I am flattered by your confidence in my constitution. Dude, yeah. I've taped that door closed. Sorry. All of your brains in the gutter in this stream forever. Lucille gave a quiet laugh and dabbed at the corner of her mouth with a napkin. This evening has been most enjoyable. In my kingdom, feasts are often accompanied by political tension and hidden motives. Here there is laughter, companionship, and light-hearted debate. I must confess, it is refreshing. I'm glad you think so.
Same. I haven't had this much fun in forever. I wish every day was like this.
You'd get bored of me eventually.
Impossible. I could never get bored of you.
It's true. You have a natural draw to you that's hard to resist. You think everyone's hard to resist. What can I say? I'm a lover. Ew. Anyway, are we done here? It's probably about time I dragged our favorite accountant home before he regrets the night any more than he already will. Don't worry, tonight's on me. Eden stood and tracked down Quinn, leaving the rest of the table to gather themselves and stand up as well. As you all did, Eden returned, followed by a beaming Quinn, who seemed positively ecstatic at the sight of the empty plates left behind. Did you enjoy your meal, my friends? It was wonderful once again. You'll have to give me some pointers one day. I've never had cooking like yours. For you, absolutely. You know, much of the flavor comes from growing our own produce. Why, we had a beautiful harvest of carrots just the other day. I shall drop by for you to have some time, yes? Oh, Quinn, you don't have to do that. It would be my pleasure. Plus, to be perfectly honest, I have far more than I need. You, my dear, would be doing me a great favor. Well, in that case, I'd love some. Thank you again. Wonderful, wonderful. I'll drop by sometime next week if I can. Quinn smiled, eyes crinkling. Then, after bidding everyone a good evening, he disappeared back inside the restaurant. How much longer are we going? With that, it was time to head home. Your group found your way back to the road, said your goodbyes and happy birthdays, and you turned back towards the direction of the antique store before stopping in your tracks. Someone else came up beside you. Hey. Hey, did you miss me already? Hardly. Look, oh, fuck me. How many times do I have to say thank you today? I wouldn't complain about it one more time. It's easy as a game. Wait, what? My brain is not computing that sentence. It's easy as a game. She's a person? Huh? Are you that desperate for validation? It helps boost my ego. Thanks for earlier, for not just kicking me out, for the pasta. Pasta was entirely selfish of me. I was just really hungry. Could you just accept my gratitude? I'm not good at this kind of stuff. Talking, feelings, whatever. Well, for someone not good at this kind of stuff, you're doing a pretty good job. This was, I mean, pretty terrible overall, but not as terrible as it could have been. It does. That sounds like high praise coming from you. Is my company so bad? No. I mean, it's whatever. God, what am I trying to say? Look, I don't really do this whole people thing, even before I. Even before. But I didn't hate this. Hate being with you, or with everyone else. For the first time in a long time, I felt like a normal person. Normal is nice, but I'm here for you. Whether you're feeling normal or strange or like you want to bite me, I. You shouldn't say that so casually. I'll get the wrong idea. What? That I wouldn't mind? You're insane. Maybe, but you're still talking to me, so what does that make you? Ugh, even worse, probably. Just what I need, another problem. I'd seem we make a pretty good match, really. Don't say things like that. Why not? Because I'll start to believe you. He didn't look at you as he said it, but his voice was quiet, genuine, like the words had slipped out before he could stop them. And don't you know what I'd do with that? Oh, and I don't know what I'd do with that. I'm gonna go. See you tomorrow. You better. He hesitated just for a moment before he turned and slipped away into the night. You were searching around in your pocket for your keys when you heard the sound of footsteps against gravel. Hello! Oh my god, who is this man? Who is this man? Who is. I'm sorry, we have not been properly introduced. The tattoos, the necklace, the cuffs, the fishnet, the longer hair, the earrings. Oh my lord, who this man? Oh god, now I have to think of another. I have to think of another guy voice. All my guy voices sound kind of similar, but I'm not a dude. I'm sorry. I'm working late. The keys dropped out of your hand and fell to the ground as your eyes peered through the darkness to notice someone leaning against the wall a few feet away from you. His red hair was framed with black tips and his eyes were dark, his expression unreadable under the night sky. Hidden behind his hair was a black tattoo, wrapping itself around his throat. My bad, I didn't mean to startle you. A place like this thought it'd be closed by now. I can't say I know many stores open this time of night around here. Is there something I can help you with? Maybe, maybe not. I suppose we'll work it out together, huh? This your place? Kind of. I'm just looking after it. It belongs to my aunt, actually. Sylvie Marigold, right? She's pretty famous around here. It's an impressive family tree if I've ever seen one. You know her, then? He tilted his head, eyes narrowing slightly. In passing. It's hard not to, really. She collects attention in a town like this. I hadn't heard she was leaving town. Well, I guess she doesn't owe anyone an explanation. She'll be back soon enough anyway. No, I suppose she doesn't. Does make me curious, though. Leaving so suddenly does feel a lot like running, don't you think? Maybe she just needed a holiday. Maybe. Either way, you're not what I expected to find. What were you expecting? Hard to say. I imagine we'll both find out soon enough. Then he smiled. Couldn't tell if it was cold or warm. They all looked the same with just different color. How dare you? Farm girl, badass, Asgard lady. They don't all look the same. They're all attractive. I'll give you that. Well, don't let me keep you. He stepped aside, gesturing towards the door. Wouldn't want to be the reason you miss curfew. As you bent down to pick up your keys, you felt his eyes on you. Not necessarily threatening, but there nonetheless. Just so you know, I happen to know someone who's very curious about you. Yeah? Should I be flattered or concerned? Maybe both. I'm sure we'll be seeing each other around, Sage Marigold. He turned his hands in his pockets, already walking away. Hey, what's your name? Kale. Don't forget it, all right? You hurried inside and locked the door behind you. I've never wanted to taste kale before, but I think I would now. Oh my god! I'm just full of the worst jokes today. Well, I say, here I am, a humble spell book, patiently awaiting their master for a promised training session, only to be abandoned, left to wither all day in this dusty room. I'm not surprised, master, just disappointed. Why do I get clipped out? I said that. I said that earlier.
Stop it. Get some help.
Never! I refuse! Barney, listen, our lesson might need to be put on hold just a little bit longer. I bumped into someone outside. I suggest watching where you're going then, master. It takes no magical prowess, so you should be able to manage that much, I assure you. He knew my name. My aunt's too. Said he was just curious, but something felt off. Did he reek of sulfur? Speak in cryptic riddles? Glow ominously? I do hope he wasn't glowing, master. Strangers who glow are never up to anything good. What? No, nothing like that. He just had red and black hair, dressed kind of cool, I suppose. Black tattoo on his neck. Said his name was Kale. Kale, you say? Yeah, does that mean something to you? Kale? A tattoo on his neck? Stars above, where have I heard that name before? He cleared his throat very deliberately. Well, I would never jump to conclusions without proper research. That would be terribly unprofessional of me. However, I may need to consult my appendix of suspicious persons, errant entities, and known troublemakers. It's a rather long list, you understand. Well, thank you for that, I think. Of course. It is my pleasure, master. It can't. Gotta lurk soon. I'm hoping we'll be done soon. Not that I want the game to end, mind you. I can't wait till this full game comes out. It seems our lesson will once again be put on hold. Please do try not to suddenly combust or otherwise harm yourself in the meantime. I would hate to be placed back on a shelf waiting for the next terrible spellcaster to come my way. I'll do my best not to combust. That is bare minimum effort, master, but I suppose I'll take it. You smiled faintly and moved to replace your day clothes with your pajamas, the quiet of the apartment settling around you like a familiar quilt. Barnabas drifted lazily to your desk, muttering something about cross-referencing character flaws. You decided it was best to leave him be. Of what you knew of him, he sometimes needed time to mutter strangely to himself. You turned toward the window, your reflection soft against the darkened glass. Outside, the town of Willowmist slept, quiet, calm, and a little strange. After meeting, Kale is going to become busting in his pants. And tomorrow, you'd open the shop again. Maybe learn a spell, maybe meet someone new. But tonight, for now, you were home. Dude, I am so fucking stoked for this game to come out. Like, this was just the demo. This was just the demo. Can you imagine how good the game itself is gonna be? Oh, I'm so stoked. Oh, wait, the music. Hold on. No, wait. But wait, the music. Fuck. I turned it down. I turned it down. Damn it. The song's so good, too. Wait, if I turn my headphones up, I don't think... Oh, can you? Oh, good. Please consider wishlisting the game on Steam if you haven't done so. I absolutely will. Hold on. This is the animation that plays in the beginning of the game, but it's also the animation that you can see on Steam, which anybody that likes visual novels, if you've played A Date with Death, this is from the same people. As you can see, the game looks amazing. But animation time. I'll shut up.
Listen to the voices of the folks that came before. They tell me of the choices and the tasks I have in store. Every antique has a secret, every trinket has a tale. Every person has a story that is waiting to unveil. Something in me feels aware that there's this untold magic in the air. I can't shake off this feeling, this sweet mystery. Like all the snowy mountaintops were made alike for me. Every bone in my being is begging to stay. Like all my broken puzzle pieces fall right into place. Like all my broken puzzle pieces fall right into place. No, right into place. No, and all my broken puzzle pieces fall right into place.
I love it. It's so good. It's so good. I love the song. I'm going to be listening to that so much. But, oh, here you go. I forgot I was on desktop screen. I'm glad I had Steam still. Anyway, this game is called the Willowmist Emporium of Antiques and Curiosities, created by 2.5 Studios. The demo is out now, which, if you guys were here the last 3 days, that's what we just played. But, definitely check it out for yourself. Wishlist it if it seems like it's something that you're interested in. I am extremely interested. Like, you have no idea. I don't think it says when it's coming out, though. Release date to be announced, so we don't know yet. Also, if you're wondering, I played the male version of Sage. That is the female version of Sage. There's 2 different versions. So